Hello, Twitch. How's it going? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Violet Sea, our actual play stream of a custom tabletop system, the Tri system that I've been tinkering with for a while and it's going pretty good. Uh, Welcome to Neon Lights and all the stuff we're doing. I would like my players starting on the right side of the screen, left side of the screen, from top to bottom, introduce themselves, them and their character. We'll do shout outs for where you can find them at the end. So,
I think I'm first, right? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
What's good, Internet? It's Young Foxy, a.k.a. Big Foxy, also known as your favorite Fox Philly's finest. Checking in today. Today I'll be bringing back the rapacious, the loquacious, the rambunctious, and the always scrumptious Captain Dre, who, is, as I explained to the cast here behind the scenes, last session I was chilling, doing my thing, but I'm on drill shit today, so, that's just how y'all should be aware of that. And let's keep it moving from there.
I guess that's me then. Hi, it's me, Michelle. Today I'll be playing Quinn Archer, our local no-nonsense bodyguard slash cook slash medic, so don't, piss him off.
He's in charge of a lot of things that keep you alive, so, don't piss him off.
Yeah. Especially don't go after a small child, because Quinn has a small child named Vio who's absolutely precious, and yeah.
All right, is that me? I'm Fel Prime.
Yee.
I am playing Reese, the slightly amnesiac, robotic alchemist, and we'll throw it over to the next person.
Yeah, it's me. Hey, everybody. It's me, Sir Heckalot. Today, as per usual, I'm playing Arden Clark, the small, beanie-wearing, very tired grad student type that is ready to cause problems on purpose now. It's gonna be great. Let's move it on over to Lucian.
Hi, I'm Lucian. I play our marble-slinging material scientist, Dr. Oliver Evans. And I am here to throw more shit today, because that's just how we do.
That's me. Hi, I'm Purple Phil. I will be playing Maxwell Tuttle today, who's a boat historian and maybe something else. Who knows? I don't know. Don't find out. That's his goal. With that, I will hand it back to Tate.
My players. I also love that people are ready to cause problems on purpose. For those of you who are not the players, I've been building their abilities as we moved along, and I just updated them with a whole bunch. So now they got more shit to do. They can do so much more shit. Problems will happen, and it'll be fun. Anyways, last time, and I'm gonna bring down the hopeful music for a second. Which one was good in foreboding?
Oregano's good for everything.
You want to use oregano for just everything.
For
So anyways,
everything.
this is maybe a little sad, but last time our adventurers confronted some sailors that were secretly also sometimes privateers and pirate hunters, and found out that they were being hunted. They made it to sort of the large flotilla of ships that are just waiting to get onto the wandering continent. And they met some people who were also interested in the continent, some of them that are interested in them in particular. And now the last thing that happened, and I need to make sure I have my notes because I have a lot of names to deal with and I forget them often.
Imagine remembering things.
Right? It would be so hard to do all the time. Y'all should be happy that I do that sometimes.
Hey, we appreciate everything you do, dude. Okay, you're an angel.
Yeah.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
you're
Oh.
They will sing of your name in the afterlife. Okay.
Yep. So apologies for what we're about to do to your campaign.
Absolutely, I don't apologize for it. Unlike these degenerates, like these babies, I don't apologize for what I'm about to do to your campaign, but you'll feel good about it in the end.
Little secret about this campaign, that I was building this tri system, and I thought, oh, I should build it for one of the settings that I've been cultivating for years to be like, and I'm like, no, I'm going to care about that too much, and it'll have to be perfect, and I'll never finish. So let's throw this shit together, and then I really liked it and brought it here. So y'all can tear this setting up, and I will be happy. It'll be great. Anyways, what I was gonna say is the very last thing that happened is that Reese, you were on the ship and you were trying to fix the organ. You kind of figured out why it's weird and off tune sometimes. The last thing you heard though was someone hitting the deck very hard, and you went up and sort of like looked through the grate in the ship that gets stuff into the hold, and you saw Mr. Cantoni, the first mate, hitting the deck really hard, and a few very shadowy figures above him that you recognized as none of the crew.
And they're on the ship,
And
right? They didn't like just
they
throw
are.
him on and okay.
No, they're on the ship. To be able to see them, they are standing on it.
And how many do I see?
You see 4 people.
Ooh.
But you have a very narrow view through this like grate. You don't have like a great view of the deck.
Okay.
I would like to give you a minute to think about what you're gonna do with that. Oh, I'm getting some weird camera artifacts. Anyways, what I'd like to know actually is that 3 of you just left the bar. I believe that was Oliver, Arden, and Quinn. You guys have just left the bar, and I would like all y'all to roll me some shit about noticing things. I'm gonna say awareness notice probably, but you know, if you have something else for that.
That's a
And we're gonna go
12
back
for
down
me.
to-
All right.
We got some combat music
I'm
now.
doing math.
'Cause things-
Yeah, hold on.
Jesus, that was sudden, Tate. What
Not-
the fuck?
It's not a
It's not a
great
transition
roll.
button.
That's a 12 for me.
Hey, nice. Welcome to the 12 Club.
11 plus
12,
4 is a 15. Okay, I can't math
Wow.
right now for some reason.
Imagine math. All right, so that was 2 12s and a 15.
Mhm.
Is what I got from that. All right, so the 12s are, because I should definitely know this without having to look it up every time.
It's
'Cause I
okay.
built this whole goddamn system. Question: is that a TOS thing? Am I allowed to say goddamn? I assume so.
Yeah, we're
Anyways,
18 plus channel.
Hey,
Do that.
It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Did you really just ask that question? Have you seen me on Twitch on any given fucking day?
You clearly have never been to.
I worked in radio for a bit, and they have a lot of weird rules where certain swears are allowed and certain are not. And goddamn is the one
You
that
worked
they're
in
like,
radio
no,
in
never.
Utah, okay? Like,
Yeah.
It was
This
just weird.
isn't the
You could say
radio in the
damn.
90s.
You could say damn. You just couldn't say goddamn. It was weird. Anyways. So yeah, those of you with the 12, so all 3 of you are sort of leaving the bar section, the inside of this just massive ship, and you're amongst more of the like stalls. It has a slightly more festival atmosphere. So yeah, those who've got 12, I think you're looking around and you just see some people on the ship, and it doesn't really register to you that like, wait, that's more people than should be on it. But Quinn, maybe it's because you're, I guess, more of a tactical person. Possibly you're a little better at like noticing when things might be a danger to you. Hi, Quinn's mom in this case. Anyways, you, I think, very immediately pick out, you're like, you can see from like the other side of this boat through some of the stalls, even without realizing that you're looking for it, like those people aren't supposed to be there.
Well, first thing Quinn is going to do is make sure Vio is firmly attached to his shoulders, like just up on his back. And
Vio asked for like some random sweet snack.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, no!
Things,
Oh no!
things are off to a fantastic start. You'll
Oh
love to
my
see it.
Yep.
Oh,
God,
no.
This is the first episode. We were bound to have one eventually. Just wait, you guys. Discord's gonna kick me off during this episode too.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gonna be great.
Oh no.
Oh,
It's gonna come back. It's gonna replay everything he said really, really fast, and we just have to Really pay
Oh
attention.
no.
Oof.
Okay. Well, I
So,
guess. Well,
So
since
in the meantime, go ahead, please.
in the meantime, I guess Vio is probably grabbing candy is the last thing I heard, or trying to get candy. Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no!
So Thane says his computer died. We'll be back momentarily. Or, well, he'll be back momentarily.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Either way, I guess Beanie and Marbles, you guys are with
Wait.
Quinn right now, so
Yeah, yeah.
Let's
we
just
got
go to
out of
break
the
until
bar.
we get tape back. That's a better idea.
what?
What?
Spree, are you there? Do we have a voice of God? Can you take us to break until we get you get back, please?
Oh, get ready. There go the
We
Hey,
return.
sorry about that. My computer just decided to die. Just dead. Out of nowhere. Everything froze. I was like, oh no. Did everyone's internet die? This is my first thought, actually.
Wait, well, it's okay.
Couldn't have
We're
been
back.
you.
It's okay. We're back. Everything's fine. Let's take it back, Tate. We got this.
Anyways, so, Quinn, you have noticed there's people on the ship that are, like, not supposed to be there. And that's as far as you have noticed at this point, just because you are quite far away. Vio, I think, probably has gotten some kind of snack, like, convinced you, like, can I have that? Some, like, I don't know, like, lollipop or something. You can decide what that is. And is definitely, like, munching on that as you secure them to your shoulders to be like, nope, you're not going anywhere, small child. We are going to be protective. Although I think, actually, if you'll let me, you probably take Vio down and, like, hold them closer to you and, like, chest level, because that means that there's more of you between them and, like, potential bullets or knives or things. But
That
yeah,
makes
that's
sense.
definitely do that. What else? You gonna tell your friends what's going on?
Oh, the first thing after that, and I think Vio is probably munching on some kind of like candied apple.
Yeah,
Um,
it makes sense.
is
Candied onion.
Quinn's just going to quick like hand on Beanie and Marbles, like eat like one shoulder each, and just goes, just pulls, doesn't even say anything, just pulls them behind
Yeah,
him.
huh? What's up?
Someone on the ship. Don't recognize them.
Oh.
Yeah, now that you can all see, I think with, like, it's been pointed out to you, all of you can see that there are, I'm going to say 5 individuals on the ship that are standing. And we're going to use the same scores. So both Oliver and Arden, you do notice that there's 5 people on there. But Quinn, now that you're, like, giving a second look, there's also someone lying on the floor. It's difficult to make out, but probably the first mate.
That's not good. Shit, just double checking. Does what's Quinn's gonna like just quick pat themselves down, make sure they've got all their stuff.
Yeah, they didn't take your weapons to go into the bar, so it's whatever you would normally carry on you.
Good. All right.
Especially because at least the other 2 of you don't have what would traditionally be considered weapons.
Yep.
So what I would like to do, assuming you guys are going to, like, engage in some way with the people on the ship, is actually say that we are in timed play right now. And again, gonna keep this kind of loose. Just whoever wants to do only one action can do it first. And Reese, you are involved in this.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, thinking about it, I can't really see all the people there too well. About how far away from me are they? Like, me looking out of the grate, about, like, how far away are they?
I'm gonna say, like, distance-wise, it's definitely within, like, one zone, so say, like, 10, 20 feet. However, it is technically the next zone over because you can't actually get there very quickly. Like, there is a whole grate between you. There's not like a... You'd have to move that to get up there, and it's heavy. It's meant for, like, multiple people and moving cargo.
But
You could
would I
go around
be
like the stairs to the back, but that's going to take at least like 2 movements.
would I be able to put my hands like underneath the deck there, and
Oh, for
basically
sure.
like create a wave that would like knock these people over?
Oh, absolutely. You're going to have to take 2 actions though, because that will be channel and then do thing.
That's okay. I'll do it that way.
But is there anyone else who was going to do just one thing? I don't think any of them are. They're not really aware of what you're doing, so they're mostly just using actions to sort of do the things that they were already going to do. So anyone else have 2 actions then?
I think what Quinn is going to do, I don't think about like 2 actions, but Quinn is not going to purposefully move towards them unless either Marbles or Beanie makes a further move. General thought process is like, okay, need to protect all 3 of these 3. So if they move, then Quinn will move with them.
Well, in that
I was just gonna say I don't think I don't think I'm up to starting combat yet because like I haven't noticed this is somebody lying down. I haven't I don't know what's going on yet.
Sure.
So I'm down to
No,
just
that's fair.
walk towards the ship.
Well, if that's the case, then what's going to happen first actually is Reese, you're going to do that. You're going to do that roll. Oh, hey, Turk is gifting a whole bunch of subs. Thanks, Turk.
Oh,
That's
wow.
amazing.
Thank you.
My work here is done.
All right. So look at this roll here. Complex shapes.
So you're just going to use your magic stat and whatever skill you think will apply, or sorry, your magic skill and whatever stat you think applies to it, and they're going to roll to not fall the fuck over. So you just tell me what stat you want them to roll.
I guess like a dodge.
So stat, they picked a skill.
Ooh.
I'm going to say probably Dex, unless you want to like
Mm,
push them over with this.
yeah, I would say Dex.
Yeah, all right. So you roll me those dice.
6, 11, 12. Don't think I have anything to add there. It's a 12.
Yeah, you can spend points to improve it too.
I'm gonna hold off on that one.
Yeah. So a 12 is comedic success. I'm gonna say like shift the floor under them. It's almost like a subtle thing they might not even notice. Because you're trying to be more like subtle though, it doesn't like 1 or 2 of them obviously have their sea legs. They do not fall over, but 2 people you can see and then 1 you can't end up stumbling into each other. 1 or 2 of them seem to fall over as you hear 2 bodies thud onto the ground. But you now are aware that there's 5 of them, and I'm actually going to have them roll one more thing. Yeah, you hear them like curse, and then 3 of the people that are standing, like sort of very quietly laugh at the other 2. And I think you realize they don't know that you've just done that.
Okay.
So you're also still kind of stealth as they fall over. The 3 of you up there, you see them fall over. And I'm going to say, yeah, the 2 of you who didn't know until this point, you do see that there is another person on the floor as you've gotten just a little longer to look, and it is the first mate. He's like face down on the floor. He's not moving.
Okay. I mean, from this point, I think I'm gonna have to duck back under and work my way up to the deck.
It's gonna be
to
next turn,
confront.
I think.
So, yeah, I've got nothing else.
So it's so the 3 of you armed with the knowledge that definitely those people are not on the ship, and your first mate is face down on the floor. What's she gonna do?
All right, I think it's time for me to at least begin starting problems on purpose. I'm gonna start channeling. There we go. Let's get that fancy in here. I'm not sure. Like, can I just like take 3 actions? Is that something that I can
Yeah.
do? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna
2
take
actions are
one.
done. This is the 3 action segment.
Okay, cool. All right. So it's gonna take one to start channeling. So
Mm-hmm.
that's cool. I don't think anyone's trying to disrupt it right now. So I don't think any of that's like
Nope.
super important right
Someone will
now.
do a move to try and disrupt it, or they'll like say,
Exactly.
"I'm gonna try and disrupt it." So yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, then I'm going to give them a nice vibe check. Um, you said there were 3 people?
There's 3 standing, 2 on the
3
floor,
standing.
and then also the first mate
Alright.
who, yeah.
Cool. At least for the 3 standing, I would like to spend a point each, so up to my 3, to
Mm-hmm.
see how are they feeling. What kind of I don't know. Is there any like adrenaline going on? Are they a little scared to be here? Is it a little how are they feeling? What? that's that's the base question. How are they feeling?
Who are they? How was their day? What are they thinking about right now?
What did they
Did
have for breakfast?
Do they have
Did they
enough water?
Do they get enough sleep?
Yeah. Hey, this is important. Ooh, why is it the
Oh my
stream
god,
telling me
y'all.
100%? Looks great.
Because we're hype training apparently.
Apparently,
Oh my god,
yeah.
it's me. It's a bunch of me's on the screen.
Damn.
And purple. I haven't been paying attention to my players and what they're doing in the chat.
Y'all
They
going
could be saying
nuts.
all sorts of things. I'd never know.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
That sounds like
Anyways,
bait.
yeah, it does. It sounds like bait. Anyways, yeah, the 3 that are standing, there's definitely a vibe of they're not nervous, like they're not sure what they're doing, but there is like adrenaline. It's the kind of confidence from like an athlete. I think you'd recognize as like, yeah, this is the thing I'm good at. Uh, they know what they're doing. I'm gonna say the general vibe around all like 5 conscious people is not really of any kind of panic. Little embarrassment and mirth from people falling over, but other than that,
Hmm. Right. Ooh. I don't know if I want to take my 3rd action, and there's not really something I want to boost here. I feel like if I boost that, it's an awful idea. Seems like the exact opposite of what I want.
Do it anyway.
What do you mean? That just gives them more adrenaline. That's bad.
I'm saying I'm giving you the mirth and like the embarrassment because you can do that as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
Well, as we give that a moment, because the other 2 can decide what they're doing.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. So how
What's
many
up, Oliver?
people are actually knocked over right now?
3, including the first mate.
Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna charge a gravity marble and just try to essentially keep everybody down, and like also
Interesting.
try to knock over the 2 people that are still up, and just like have that
3
be
people still
continuous.
up.
Sorry, 3. Yeah, have that be continuous pressure to keep them like on the ground.
Okay. Arden, you do see Oliver like draw a marble, and you're familiar enough with him to know what that means. If you wanted to do something subtle before he goes loud, now would be the time to like tell him like, no, hold on.
Hmm.
Or you can wait for the gravity to happen and see if you can mess with them that way. I'd imagine their emotions will change greatly if suddenly everything is much heavier.
That's true. Yeah, I'll just wait a little bit longer. It doesn't feel like quite the right moment yet.
Okay. I'm going to say part of this is you guys are like moving closer. You didn't really move out of the zone, so it's not important. Like it's not going to take a move. But you are getting a bit closer so you can make this shot. So I'm assuming, Quinn, you would know that they're also like planning on engaging at this point if you wanted to do 3 different actions.
I think Quinn is probably going to honestly, they're just moving with them and trying to. Does Quinn know that like there's generally no fighting, or there shouldn't be any fighting on the
Unlike these major boats, and there shouldn't be in this sort of like neutral flotilla, there's not supposed to be any fighting. I'm gonna say, just from your basic experience, though, someone is on your ship and one of your crewmates are on the floor. You probably justified in taking some amount of action. Like, that's not a thing friendly people do.
Fair enough. Yeah, so I think Quinn is going. Quinn's not like particularly smart about this. But are they passing by like some stalls with like alcohol? I mean, they were just in a bar.
Roll me 3d6. Just
Okay.
3d6.
5 plus 4 plus 3 is a total of 12.
Yeah. I think the comedic part of this is it's like a little bit nicer than you expected it to be. Like, this is some quality shit for whatever you're planning that you've now picked up, because I somehow doubt you're going to drink it.
No.
So it like costs you a little more, not like permanent wealth, but you're like, this would have been
all
good
right.
stuff.
And Quinn is. You know what? Fuck it. Quinn's just gonna huck this barrel of alcohol.
It's a bottle. I don't know that you could huck a whole barrel this far, but yeah. Unless you want a barrel, but you're gonna have to like roll that. That's not something you can just chuck. You're like at least 30 feet away at this point.
That's fair. That's fair. In that case, if it's just a bottle, Quinn really wants to like is. Huh. Okay.
Well, if you don't have a decision at this point, I'm gonna say that that Oliver ends up going first, because Oliver can be very quick at this. So yeah, you have a marble, and they're within range because you can attack within like 2 zones with this thing. So.
All right. I rolled a. How much is that? 15.
That's gonna hit. So you charge this marble and you huck it, and you're just gonna make like a sphere of extra gravity, or how's this gonna look?
Yeah, I just want to land this marble kind of around where this group of people is and just have it press down on them. So for the people that are already laying down, it's going to be stronger, and for the people standing up, it's just going to try to like bowl them over, and then also just weigh down on them. So I'm not trying to hurt them, just sort of incapacitate.
Yeah. So you see all 5 of the people who are standing up and conscious, or all 5 of the people who are like conscious and able to move, especially the ones on the floor. This marble, you just perfect arc it over these stalls, and there's a heavy thunk, and these 5 people like all stop and look instantly, like they're still very aware, and then out of nowhere, is there like a visual effect to this magic, or is it just there, like an invisible extra gravity?
Oh, it's just there's no visual effect, there's no sound, it just is.
It's
very much like, can you see gravity normally? No, then that's what you don't
Exactly.
see here.
Yeah.
So yeah, they all sort of like look at this point where the marble hit, and then out of nowhere, everybody's on the ground. You actually see the 2 that are on the ground that were like already there are in a much better like push-up position to try and resist it, but it's like they're doing push-ups with like a just huge dude on their back. They're trying so hard to get up, and it's just not happening. They actually rolled better than the people who were standing, even though they only rolled 2 die.
You'll love to see it.
So yeah, you have got them all on the ground, and Arden, you feel suddenly a sense of panic coming from them. Not like a, oh no, what the hell is going on, but more of a, shit, what just hit us? Like, they're searching. It is still a directed panic, but it's a lot more panicky.
All right, and let's try to freeze them with that. So even if like I'm not sure how long the gravity effect actually works, but if anything, the panic might make them freeze more. So let's try that.
Only gonna work a number of rounds equal to his skill in that stat.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. Well, I may as well. see. Yes, willpower is my higher one, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna
Mhm.
roll it. Oh fuck yeah, that is 14.
Okay. I have to switch between so many things. I did this to myself. It
You're
is
doing
my
amazing,
fault.
sweetie.
Why did this? Oh, right. I forgot my computer reset. I'm like, why is this sheet not where I left it?
Oh.
Yeah. So a 12? Or no? What you say? What do you say?
I
A
rolled a
12?
14.
A 14. Well, you can spend points to improve that. Right now, it's a comedic success. And yeah, I like that actually. We can roll with that unless you want to spend more points.
I'll keep it there for now.
Yeah. So you find that 3 of the 5, just sort of randomly, like one of them was on the ground, 2 were standing. They have the freeze fear response quite effectively. Like that was your shooting for. You do feel the other 2 though. They have the opposite, where they are now suddenly like wanting to rabbit, like they're trying to run even though they can't move. So you have had the effect you want on most of them, but 2 of them is having the opposite effect.
I like it.
But yeah, so one of the effects of these 2 things that you've just done is that they're all going to take 3 moves in this next round. So if anyone wants to take 1 or 2 out of you guys, you can do that. I also have a question for Maxwell. You've been shopping over there, and I think this is about the time that you are done. Was your plan to come back to the ship when you're done shopping over there?
Yeah, probably.
All right, then roll me something with awareness.
Okie dokie.
I think you can technically use your spycraft skill
And
for that.
yeah, should be the same though because it's the awareness ability though. So I'm pretty trained in all of them. Not an amazing roll. It's gonna be, I think, more math.
Maya.
13.
13.
I could probably bump that up though. Yeah,
If you'd like to. Just as a reminder, that's 11 through 15 is a comedic success, so.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. That's fine.
Okay. Sometimes it's more interesting, man.
It's true.
Yeah, I think what happens is you're on a ferry, and it's actually passing pretty close to y'all's ship. And I think the thing you notice is, yeah, you saw people on the ship, but they didn't really like ping to you as someone that you didn't know or recognize. You're not familiar with it. What you really notice though is the movement as suddenly like several of them just hit the deck, and you can draw what conclusions you want from that. But you just notice a bunch of people on the ship you live on suddenly just unnaturally fell down. Like they didn't just fall over on accident. Either they went down on purpose or something pushed them. So you unfortunately are gonna have to wait till next round to like get off this ferry unless you want to do something crazy, because you are still like suspended in the air on a small boat, not attached to this. But
I guess I have an action I would like to take.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm just gonna watch.
Yeah.
I'm taking
You're
the
paying
awareness
attention.
action.
He's on
Let that do
Overwatch.
whatever that means.
Again, I'll let you re-roll again if you want to see if you can get like more
He's
information.
on Overwatch.
Much.
Well,
That's a 15 now.
a 15. Well, that's the very top of comedic success. All right. You can
Comedic Overwatch.
you can ask me 3 questions about like what you know of the situation, and I'm gonna answer one of them falsely.
Can I do that now or at the end of all the actions? I assumed it was
You
part
can do
of
it at the end of the action. Yeah, you've rolled and you're gonna observe what is about to happen. The rest of you guys, you have any 1, 2, or 3 actions, and I think that at least the ones on the top of the ship can be extremely aware. But I think to an extent, Reese, you hear some stuff going on and a lot of cursing. I think you could be pretty aware that they're going to be busy, so you know for a fact you can take 1 or 2 actions and probably go before them, at the very least.
About how long would it take me to get up top, I guess, is the question here.
It's going to take one action to move from where you are to the top deck, and you'll be like in the doorway looking out on the full top deck.
Okay, so if I can duck up to the doorway, and just kind of survey the scene, and I think that's what I'll do for now, is just kind of take a look at what's going
That's
on.
going to be 2 actions, one to move and one to do so quietly so you can watch. So roll me whatever stat you think Reese would do to not be noticed. I'm not sure what that would be.
Let's look at my stats here.
I would take Dex Avoid to be like stay in the doorway and be in like the shadows, I think. But I'd also take like some sort of awareness notice thing to be like, I want to not be seen. I want to see where other people are looking.
Yeah, I'd probably do Dex Avoid.
Okay.
Let me roll that here.
Because you have a +6 to that. It's the highest modifier you can get without bullshit.
Yeah, so that's a 13.
You're right. Comedic success. You do manage to get up there, and then you like, as you get in the doorway and you're watching, and yeah, you see all of them on the ground, a lot of them struggling way more than they should. You do not notice that there's a marble there, which might clue you off. But I think also you like pat around because you're like, oh, I need to be ready, and you've left your baseball bat back down in like your workspace.
Fair enough.
Is the comedic part of that. Anyways, so that's what you're gonna do this round. If a reaction pops up, like something where you're like, I'd like to react to that, you can.
So
you're gonna be limited in what you do, but so you can sort of hold your last thing.
So can I, like hold an action if anybody comes through this doorway? I just come out swinging.
Yeah, 100%. You can prepare that instead. Cool. Anyways, what are the 3 of you going to do with your 1 or 2 actions?
How far are we from the ship at this point?
You are technically. It would take 2 moves to get in the middle of the ship. One to get at the edge of, like, the gangplank to get on the ship, and then another to like position yourself on it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneakily move to get over there, but that's about it.
Right, that's the same thing. One to move to like the edge of this big ship you're on, and then one to do it unaware, like unnoticed. And like I said, you can use Dex Avoid, but I think you could also use awareness insight or awareness notice to be like, I'm gonna see where people are looking and try and not be where they are seeing things. If that makes sense.
I would love to roll that with some insight, so let's do that.
Is anyone else gonna do the same thing, just so we can all start rolling at once?
I think Quinn is going to try to adopt a sort of like slightly like is still holding on to like the bottle, right? And he's kind of like trying to adopt. Quinn doesn't really get drunk very often. It's not really his thing. But he's like
He's gonna
basically
pretend to be a drunkard.
he's gonna try, probably horribly, to pretend to be a drunkard and move, like
While
sway.
carrying a child. That is an image, though.
I love that. Oh my god.
It's like this is definitely not something Quinn would normally be doing. It's just probably
Yeah,
not gonna.
roll. I'm gonna say specifically subtlety deceive, because I doubt that you have ever had a reputation for being a drunkard. So.
Oh, this is gonna go so horribly, but
It's
it's
gonna
like,
go great.
I like the
I'm
the
so
flavor of
excited.
it, so I'm just gonna do.
For chat, Quinn has a 0 in both of those things I just said.
Yeah, I rolled an 11. That's a comedic success, barely.
It's not
Nice.
awful.
I think anyone watching you is very much like, is this a performance piece, or are they just that kind of a drunk? Definitely some people judging you for carrying a child while doing this. No one's noticed that you haven't opened the bottle yet. They're just like, yeah, they're carrying a bottle, they're stumbling around, it's fine.
Does DCS exist in this? Is somebody like alerting authorities?
Not on the pirate bar ship, no.
Oh yes.
So I'm gonna
Uh,
take the expedited route and just pull out a marble and float up to the ship,
Okay.
like Mary Poppins style.
Interesting. Interesting. How are you gonna do that?
Essentially, I'm gonna pull out just a regular marble, charge it with gravity, and just kind of make myself lighter, and then also make myself go that way.
Okay, I'm gonna say that's a complex charge. You're basically doing two things with this, but you're allowed to do that with one. I think you unlocked that one. So, yeah. I'm gonna say roll the skill for this just to see how well you aim yourself, because you're basically gently tossing your whole self at the ship.
Yes.
Please miss. Please miss.
Oh, I'm not adding anything to this roll, by the way. Besides my skill, like I'm not adding points to this, so whatever happens, happens.
I ain't spending points on this shit. Let's go.
Oh,
Ooh,
We're gonna lose Oliver already.
Oh no.
you better be ready to. That's an 11.
That's a comedic success. You plan this like graceful floating entrance. Unfortunately, your path ends up taking you like through the canvas tarp that's over someone's stall, and you take the whole thing with you. As like you're messing with gravity, so mass gets weird. It's like you're the same mass, you're just floating that direction inexorably. And so you now have like this canvas thing wrapped around you as you do this and then land. You do manage to aim it so you're not like in your own gravity bubble. It's pushing them down.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you just wah over, and now you're just like covered in some random cloth, scrambling to get it off. And you land. You're like, aha! Here I am. That was that's I think technically one action. You have at least one or two more if you want to do those things right now.
Can I check on
Ask a question
the first
on
mate?
that.
Yeah,
You do your thing first.
we're gonna do those at the end.
That's fine. It's more of a question just in general. Was that loud? Because that sounds like that would have been loud. To take that
It's
tarp
loud,
with you.
but not louder than like the people are playing music and like arguing loudly about like money and stuff. It's noticeable because it's in the sky and a lot of motion. Not necessarily loud. It looks like shenanigans, like someone has taken the tarp off the top of a stall.
I just imagine there's like a lot of pots and pans coming with it, just like clanging around. That's what was in my head. So I was like,
Just
it's
the tarp.
really loud, but it's just the tarp.
That's
Okay,
the tarp.
good enough.
You knock over some like sticks and stuff and things fall over, but there's the sound of like cooking and like this is a festival atmosphere. It's again mostly noticeable because you flew through the air. Someone's like, "Hey, what the?"
Go by.
What
My
are you
people
doing?
need me.
Not my
This feels like an oregano time.
I must go.
Like
It should be
cabbages.
oregano time actually, but should I switch to oregano time? Is it oregano time? No. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna check on first mate before I do anything else.
He's technically in your gravity bubble because he was right next to them, but you can like look at him and it'll be an action and you don't need to roll for this. If you want more details, you can. But he's breathing, and he has what looks like a nasty bump to the back of his head.
Okay. In that case, I'll just ask them. So, what brings you to our ship? As I frantically like take this tarp off my head.
What brings you to our ship? All right. The rest of you, 2 to 3 actions. Yeah.
Well, I rolled a 13 to sneak up.
Yeah. I mean, I think that you definitely notice a few people on the like on the festival ship saw you, and they're like sort of giving you sort of a side eye of like, what are you hiding from? Just imagine someone playing stealth games in the middle of like a festival and the kind of weird looks they'd get. But it works. The people on the ship haven't noticed you, possibly because there's a lot of distracting things going on for them, including a lot of them being very panicked, and a dude covered in tarp just gently landed in front of them.
A tarp.
Last thing that happens, unless there's another action that I guess Quinn would be the last person who has some that they can take.
I mean, like Quinn is still acting like he's drunk. He's definitely got like Vio like angled away from them, so like body. But he's definitely just. I think what Quinn is going to do is he's going to prepare to like pour the alcohol on the 5, right? Like just cover them with alcohol and make them look like they're.
Yeah, I think you're in range that if you needed to at the last second, you could like huck the bottle at them. But if they pass by you, you can just like douse them in it, I guess. I don't know what you plan to do that, but
I mean, Quinn wants to make it look like they're drunk, right? Like so if
as justification for kicking their ass up between their ears?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you guys have prepared all of this, and you've seen them struggling on the floor. And the reason that's important is that's not going to make it. That's not going to make it. So one of the ones on the floor, actually, because that man rolled 2 6s, who is panicked. You see as Oliver just like lands right in front of him. He has been struggling this whole time, and then you see him just launch himself almost too hard, because as soon as he leaves this bubble of gravity, he just is like moving. And who do I want to give this to? Reese, you want to roll me just 3d6? Just 3d6. We're going to see what direction he runs in. And if you are lucky and he is not, you'll get a free shot at this man.
Bonk.
Do I still have an action, by the way?
A 12.
12. I'm going to say he is running past your door, and if you can think of something to do. Now, sorry, but Oliver, you took 2 actions. You didn't decide to prepare a third one.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and Reese, you literally just came around the corner to this door and looked out as this man launches himself and suddenly is moving very fast.
And he's running towards the door?
He's running very near it. He's actually looks like he's going up to sort of the where the helm is, so like above your door. But the stairs to that are right next to you.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and grab him as he comes past.
Yeah, okay. Roll me something about that.
Let's see. Dex and... Let's say, would Brawl work?
Yeah.
All right.
You can brawl with this man. At that
is a
point, it's going to be a little less
strength
grab, and really more like clothesline him, but...
I mean, I'll clothesline him and knock his ass out.
See, like an arm stick out the door.
Right?
14.
14. You want to spend points on that, or I just gotta ask
Um,
before I tell you his total.
No, I'm going to hold off.
So this guy is not prepared for an arm to come out of nowhere, but as you just sort of like try and clothesline him, he sort of ducks under and around because he is very good at avoiding things, apparently, and runs up the stairs. And finally, I want to know what Maxwell, what you gonna ask me about this scene? You have seen, I'm gonna say with that roll, a dude covered in tarp definitely flew in, and I'm gonna say that the angle you're at, you don't see the guy running avoid getting clotheslined, but you do see him run to the top.
Okay, I don't see the clotheslining, but I see where he's going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I had a couple questions that I was thinking of during all this, so I'm gonna shoot them off. You tell me if I can get answers to them or not. So the first
It's
one
any question, just one of us gonna be a lie.
Okay. Where are they running? Who's on the ship? Where is the captain?
Okay.
Those are the 3 questions I think he's looking for, and the answers could be whatever.
Yeah.
I think, like what you give me for who's on the ship. Obviously, you can't like give me I can't figure out their names by looking at them. But like,
that's
trying to identify where they would be from, or like, do they look like pirates? Do they look like ninjas? Do they look like military officers? This is what Maxwell cares about.
They look like corpses to me.
That the guy who's running, you think he's running for the helm? You know that they could like either steal the ship or like run it into something else, or like a lot of sabotage opportunities there. As far as who they are, they're all dressed in pretty nondescript, loose, dark clothing. You think these guys are professionals of some kind? Whether they're professional assassins or professional, like, saboteurs or something, you're not sure. Just whatever they do, they wore clothing so they would not be recognized later. They have bandanas over their face or like cloth wraps of some kind, low hats that are pretty like generic looking, sort of not like a beanie, but just a generic sailor's hat, stuff like that. And where's the captain? I think you would remember that he was going to the bar, and you know enough of his habits at this point that you're like, he's probably at the bar. If they have live music going on with a pretty lady, he's definitely at the bar.
That's
Yeah.
fine. He's happy with those answers. They sound like three truths to me, so. No, I'm confused on which one's the lie.
The world may never know.
Anyways, there's a guy running, and I'm gonna have you guys, because it's important now. You're gonna have to tell me the number of actions that you're taking now. Do you want to go before this guy? Take less. One.
I'm taking one.
All right.
Yeah, one.
Everybody. Okay.
I'm gonna say 2.
Okay.
How
One.
Again, you don't have to
far-
decide what they are. One.
Michelle,
Okay.
my question is, how far away would the boat and the helm be from where I am? Because I assume I'm on like a boat that's like maybe at the docks at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, but the big boat is your boat. The Lady Rachel's at the docks as well. So you are now within one movement to get back to the ship. Like, it parked pretty close to the Lady Rachel.
I'll do 2 then. Do I need to tell you what they are?
Nope. You can decide when that happens in case things get there. All right. So those of you who are doing 1, what you doing?
I'm just gonna try to sock him in the back of the head with a marble. Not
Yeah,
a
see
charge
what
one,
happens.
just beating him in the head.
Yeah, yeah. I need to actually
Just fucking
check.
throwing at him.
Lots of violence.
Yeah.
All right. And then I believe Reese and Quinn, you were also going to just do 1.
I think Quinn is going to check on the first mate.
Okay. So I believe, just looking at all your stats, Oliver is going to go first.
All right. So it's gonna cost me 1 action point to do the quick draw. And
So you just like marble and whip it out in just this like one smooth motion.
Oh yeah.
And we'll see how effective throwing stuff is at people.
Okay. So that's a 12. So yeah, that's a 12. I'm going to not add anything to that.
This guy's running, and you do like you think you didn't make a lot of noise while doing this, but you made some. And as you throw it, this guy just sort of leaps to the left because he rolled a 12, and he put points into avoiding that.
So now that I've missed, can I use the bounce shot and spend 2 action points to reroll the lowest dice?
Yes, you can.
All right, I'm gonna spend 2 more, reroll this 1, and now that 12 is a 15.
You can also spend points at this point because he also spent points with a 12.
Gotcha. I'll also
The math works
spend
out that you can just spend 1 point, and you're beyond any level that he can spend.
Gotcha. In that case, I'll spend another point.
Yeah, because he spent all 3 points. He doesn't want to get hit.
Mhm.
How do you want this to go? Because it missed as he dodged to the side, but
Honestly, it's just gonna bounce off whatever wall he's running by and just clock him in the side of the head from the other side.
Yeah, I think he's making his way up the steps, and so you literally bounce it off the step in front of him at eye level as he dodges the side and just gets him right between the eyes. And the thing is he had to use he was going to only take one turn. He was only going to take one action. Also, you're just going before him. He has now used that action to not get hit, and it didn't work out for him. So you've stumbled him. He has taken damage. Reese, real quick, what were you going to do with the one action?
My thoughts were to chase after him, but if they've already knocked him out, I'm just gonna slowly approach.
He's stumbled. He's gonna move next round. He just has nothing else he can do.
Well, I'm gonna move to try and come up behind him.
Okay. Well, you can just be behind him, but that's like one action.
Well, yeah, I wanna move up behind him, and then I'll let everybody else go, and then we'll see how it goes from there.
Okay. And Quinn, you were gonna go check on the first mate.
Yep.
You will move in, and I'm gonna need you to roll me some kind of strength. As the second you get close, you are still being crushed by gravity.
Fair enough. Hey, all right. I got a 16, and I didn't even roll. I didn't even add my strength points to it. That's a 17.
Yeah, it's higher than what Oliver did with the gravity. It's heavy. It's real heavy. I think that you probably wisely have already sent Vi away. Like Vi's already running for their sort of his sort of hidey hole in the kitchen. And as you take one step in, you can feel your knees try and buckle, but you're like, "No, I'm stronger than this," and move forward anyways. And yeah, you can roll a medical skill, but you can see big blow to the back of the head, bleeding a bit, but he is breathing. It's not staggered. You'll have to roll me something medical for more than that.
I guess I'll roll sawbones then.
Sawbones, oh boy.
I got sawbones. That's not as good.
Sawbones doesn't mean that he's going to sawbones.
That is a 9 plus a 2.
His head
plus
hurt.
whatever.
Let's chop it off.
9 plus a 2 plus I guess I'll take my dex because sawbones uses dex. So
sawbones can actually use quite a lot, knowledge or dex.
So that's a 9 plus a 4, which is a 13.
That's still a comedic success.
Cuts off the bump off the back of it.
Just cut the lump off.
Just the lump. No, I think that you almost consider, like, you have alcohol in your hand, like splashing it in his face to wake him up. You're like, no, he has a concussion probably. Bad idea. So, like, it's not gentle, but you do grab him and just, like, sort of drag him with you a bit out of this space. And the whole time you're just, like, patting him on the side of the head, like, come on, buddy, come on. You got this. It's fine. You check his eyes, and he's, like, probably not dying. You're the ship's medic. You're not, like, a surgeon. You don't know what the hell is going on here. You're just trying to keep him alive.
Fair enough.
All right. 2 action stuff.
Oh, I was just gonna take one. I'm not very large or intimidating, but I'm gonna do my very best just to block off exits that I see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
The exits you can see is the gangplank. Yeah, actually roll me insight on that real quick.
All right, cool. I was hidden, so they don't know I'm here.
Yeah. We'll say you're basically preparing to stop them at the gangplank.
Oh, great. This is great. That's a 11. 8 plus 3.
Yeah. You're like, I don't know. The gangplank is the exit. I'll block that.
Yep.
That's about as far as you got on that insight. Anyways.
Yep.
I guess the last 2 people to do stuff, because the 4 of them are still in gravity. So they're still going to take 3 actions at this point to try and move at all. But yeah, what are Maxwell and Arden doing?
Arden.
Or no, it's Maxwell and Reese.
Yeah. Just to follow up with, because it's going to be similar to what Arden's doing, Maxwell's going to walk up to the ship and continue watching.
Yeah. Just prepared to do something. I'll let you roll the same insight then, because you're just you're watching. Or you can roll me an observation and ask more questions.
What would the insight be for?
This is more of a me thing where you have taken an action that I think that your character would know something, but I want to see how much of a thing you would know.
I'll go for it. Oof.
So insight is going to be, what are they going to do? A 13.
13.
It's comedic again. So you're not preparing yourself to block the gangplank. So I'm going to let you ask 3 questions. This is the only thing you're doing is watching.
Yep.
But 3 questions about what they are doing here or what they're going to do. Like motivations and actions.
One of them already looked like he was trying to run to the helm.
Mm-hmm.
So can I have a... Does it look like they're trying to steal the ship or sabotage the ship?
Okay.
Should I ask all the questions first and then I get in?
Yeah. Well, I need to decide which one's the lie because you did get a comedic success.
No, that totally makes sense. Does it look like they're trying to stay and fight, or are they trying to run?
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like there's a leader among them?
Ooh,
these are great questions.
Guy at the top probably is going to sabotage it. It would be very hard for this man to like steal the whole ship with one of them running to the helm. It's most likely he's about to like try and...
other ones go, but yeah, okay, makes sense.
Well, even just all of them together, stealing the ship would require a lot of prep work.
Okay, so
like it's not something you can do quickly. Mm-hmm. The leader among them is actually probably a guy like on the ground, and you can only tell because people are looking, like the ones on the ground are looking to him, not the guy running at all. It's just a particular one. He's not dressed differently, but you can sort of see them looking to him as to what they're doing. And then the last one was... Sorry, I forgot the other question.
I think the last one was, are they going to stay to fight or are they running? But can I change it for a different question? Because I just realized this. Are they talking to each other in any way?
Ooh. You think that they don't have like a psychic ability to talk and you don't hear them talking, but they're definitely communicating in some way. Like you can see that there's a back and forth between them. Not the one running, but the 4 on the ground.
Yeah. I just know you haven't said anything about them talking to each other, but you said that there's clear there's a leader, so now I'm like, how do I know that?
It is legitimately that one of them is not looking to any of the others.
Gotcha.
For like a cue, they're obviously like, they're all trying to get up or move or something, but are failing. The others are looking to one guy. All 3 of the other ones are looking at one dude, and he's not looking at anybody. But they do seem to be looking like there's some amount of communication going here, either a pre-made plan or they have some sort of like unspoken code, because they haven't said words, at least since you got close. And Reese, since they stopped laughing after the marble hit, no sounds.
Okay.
Anyways, and then Reese, you got, or no, did you already go? You moved.
I moved up behind the guy that was running, yeah.
Yeah, it's everybody.
Yeah, it's everybody. So the other 4 are trying to recover. We're going to see what they do. No. So one of them, not the captain one, is to be clear, struggles to get up, but as soon as his hands are free, instead of moving, you see him make a gesture as he breathes in, and then the floor collapses under him and they fall down. They're going to be moving now, so you got stuff to do. And I think this is maybe a good point. We're like, what, almost an hour and a half in?
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to give Foxy a chance to say things, because his character's not involved in this scene at all.
I was wondering if anyone's going to like alert the captain or let me know there are people on my ship or anything, but I guess the fuck not. We'll deal with you all later.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna have a long way to the bar, and I'm just at walking speed.
Reese has learned not to interrupt the captain's dates, okay?
I will literally throw you off the edge of my fucking ship. Say it again. I dare you.
A double dare. Anyways, real quick, you are in the bar and you've had an very tense, strange conversation with a former or current rival of yours, Captain Ajax Fansant. He probably is annoyed when people pronounce it like Fansant.
I just call him Captain Asshole.
But-
He's not important enough to me to get a name.
That's fair. You are at the bar. He has made some light conversation as you're watching the music, but he's mostly just there to be like, the drink was more respect between captains and less like he wants to get to know you.
Good. I don't
I think without having to roll insight, you get the sense that maybe he's just sitting here and offering you a drink, so like you have to be there a little longer, so in case you are lying to him, the people he's looking for might have to come to you. Like it's a subtle manipulation tactic, one that you don't mind because free drink, but also you've already finessed this man. The people he's looking for have already left, so
Yeah, it's fair. More importantly, pretty girl still singing?
yeah, I think the music is just ending in this case.
Cool.
What I'd like for you to do is some kind of
Good idea.
noticed thing as you're here at the bar.
Here comes that right now, by the way. Notice I got a dice roller up, so stand by for about 7 seconds.
Yeah, well, I mean, it can be notice or insight, something for like feeling out the world around you.
I'm pretty good at notice.
I'll
I'll
get
take
you
it in
different
awareness
details.
plus notice.
Yeah.
That is a 10 on the dice plus a 5. So that's 15. I'll spend a single ability point on it to make it a 16.
Full success. All right. There are like a lot of people in here, obviously, and I think you've gotten a better sense for the kind of people in here as you've been hanging around. It's mostly privateers and pirate captains that you assume are here to like raid the edges of various mining operations or like there's a few here who are hunters of like the rare animals that are around, but that's primarily what's going on here. But I think that's when you notice that there is a group of like 3 people in the corner who are not very good at pretending to be privateers or hunters or pirates. They're trying, and you honestly think that they were served by being in like a corner that is not very like crowded or popular, so that people just don't notice that. But they're looking, and they're looking at you, and they're looking at the other captain, at Ajax.
Fantastic.
They're trying very hard not to obvious look, but they're definitely looking.
Cool. I'm gonna
Just so
point
you
to
know,
the,
this is like next to the bar, but
Cool.
that's the other side of the room from you.
Cool. I'm gonna point to the prettiest bar attendant I can see in my vision.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah.
Darling, if you wouldn't mind, one more of these, and around for those gentlemen over there, if you don't mind.
This is a very pretty looking man that very interested in you calling them darling. Is like, oh, does lean over in that like sort of bartender way where they realize being in closer proximity gets them better tips. It's just, do you want me to tell them who it's from?
I'll make myself known. Thank you.
And goes off to get those drinks. You see that they get those 3 their drinks first, just because they're closer to the bar. And very quickly he's heading over with your drink, and you can like intercept them on the way there.
I'll grab my drink as I'll stand up and look to the other captains. I'm grabbing my drink and just well, Captain, your company has been company, but I must be going. Have an evening, yes?
He definitely laughs at that and he's like, same, I guess. Try not to get in too much trouble. I'd hate to have to take you down.
Oh, you know me. I'll finish the drink I have at the bar, grab my second one, and march it over to those 3 sketchy-looking fuckers over there. I got words for them.
Mm-hmm. They are wearing, in your estimation, the most generic-looking "I'm a pirate" like sort of clothes. It's just like canvas pants, red or blue sash around the waist, vest. End of list. That's it.
Cool. Even folks.
looked a little panicked as you approach.
Of course they do. I have the effect on people a lot. Yeah, I'll just casually walk over, run a hand through his locks for a bit, curl him for a second, just. Evening, folks. Couldn't help but notice the eyes. You guys all comfortable over here?
Right as you approach, one of them attempts to like get up and leave, and I assume you're gonna
I'm
not do that thing.
gonna go ahead and just breezily move the upper of my coat to show the pistol at my waist. Just I wouldn't.
That person stops moving, like partway up. Is like, you'd get in trouble.
You think I care about trouble?
Gives you a look up and down, goes, and then sits back down. And there's 3 of them, so there is like one more space at this sort of booth in the corner.
And no, not even gonna bother with that actually. Literally just gonna come forward a little bit, and it's the one. Actually, you know what? Since he wants to be brazen, the one who was getting up a little bit. I'm gonna hand on his chest, push him back a little bit. I'm sitting in his lap.
Oh yeah, it's he is a man that's technically being held up, and you sit on his lap, and I like assume like maybe put a hand like on your gun.
Uh-huh.
And you see him like move his hand away from that point because he doesn't want you to like fire, and he's just like, not normally my type.
That's fine. Don't flatter yourself. More importantly, the fuck do you keep staring at me for?
One of the other ones like, well, maybe you're my type. You don't have to roll to be like he's definitely reaching.
Oh boy. Hey, so you mentioned other weapons we keep on us besides our main firearms, right?
Yeah.
So Dre's got his sword. He's also got a little dagger he keeps just as a secondary. I'm gonna draw that, and I'm gonna stab that person in the head.
All right. Roll something to not be noticed by the people around.
Fantastic. I just put more points in sneak. So let's go ahead and just do that. So I'm gonna
In sneak?
use not sneak. I'm in a void.
Ah.
So I'm gonna use. Can I use a void? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Or acrobatics? Was that either one of those?
Now acrobatics is moving your whole self.
Avoid then.
If you wanted to use swipe or avoid, I think that
I'll
those would be.
I'll use Dex avoid. Not a problem. Here comes my 3d6. That is a 14 on the die plus 4 makes an 18.
Can I also have you? What would be the total if you were using, say, command intimidate? Would it be? It'd be
Higher.
1 more. It looks like.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think part of this motion, just if you let me like give you some flavor, is you're also like looking the dude in the face. It's like, don't you dare scream, don't you do it.
Oh, I'll go further than that. After stabbing him in the hand, I will drag my fingers up his arm, ending at his mouth, cup him, look him in the eye, and say, "Lie to me again, and I hurt you more."
Yeah, you can roll a new intimidate for that. This person was just, does he scream? Because like that's definitely a thing someone would normally do. And so when you stab him, there is like a.
Listen, here comes that roll right now, big boss. All right.
This is for the does he tell you bit. Yeah, some kind of intimidate, I would assume. You could do another kind of command if you want to justify it, but something tells me intimidate is the vibe
15
here.
on the die plus 5 for a grand total of 20.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. There's no way he beats that. So you stare him in the face, and he just. We were told to keep an eye on you. He says there's like blood slowly dripping out of the wound that you haven't removed the knife from. You know it's going to bleed a lot more once you leave it.
I'll leave it in for a second, just for a second. And then just like, there. You feel that? That's honesty. And then I'll pull it out.
He just and he does seem to like he already has cloth ready in case someone gets injured. That he pulls out and starts wrapping his hand with. And you notice that this guy does seem to have, like, they all have various gear on them. You would guess that this person is here to be maybe some kind of Sawbones medic type.
That's cool. He can fix that later, I guess. That's wonderful.
No, he's doing that right now as you.
Oh, cool.
talk.
I couldn't care less. In any case, gentlemen, folks, I'm very much not in the mood. So this goes one of two ways. The first, you give me everything I need, and then I walk away, and you can patch yourselves up, deal with that little problem you got going on down there. And or you can keep pissing me off, and I walk away covered in all of your blood. And I really like this outfit.
That's a question. Are you like bluffing? Would you really just like kill them all in front of all these pirates?
Don't bluff.
All right. Yeah, he's just gonna sort of. That would have been a new roll. All three of them look at you, and they go, "Look, we're just regular soldiers, or we're just regular sailors. We just are from another ship on the other side of this. We were just told by our captain, keep an eye on you."
And what's your captain want with me?
They sort of are nervous, but they shrug. It's like, do you hear what they say about sailors and marines? We're like mushrooms. We're kept in the dark and fed shit.
That's cute. You're cute.
This is, to be clear, the third one, the one that you haven't sat on the lap of or stabbed. So he seems to have a little more.
Yeah. So yeah, Faint complimented him and just. So, just curiosity, or is there a paid interest behind this?
Well, we're being paid. And he does look to his two friends who are sort of like desperately like, please just tell him more. We don't want to deal with this. It's not worth the paycheck. Like, but we assume the captain of the Birmingham is doing this for more specific reasons.
Sorry, run that by me one more time.
It's like, well, we assume that the captain of Birmingham is doing this for more specific reasons than just curiosity. We're just being paid. And the Birmingham does take a small memory in you, in that you have probably recently tried to get a little more familiar with who is part of the Inter-Island Trading Company. And definitely the Birmingham is like a dreadnought. It is a really big ass ship. It's not like a military vessel, but it's an old one, and it is primarily about mining and like setting up operations in new islands. It's the kind of ship you send when you're like, the locals aren't going to like us doing this thing that we're about to do with mining, and we're doing it anyway.
Interesting.
And I have a question for you, and then we'll head to break.
Mm-hmm.
Before you were a slave and then the captain of the ship you're on, of the Royal Sunrise, now Lady Rachel, is there someone that sold you there? A name that you would recognize?
Yeah, actually, there's a there's a there's an old. I guess the closest term would be plantation owner. Uh, Carassel was his name. The last name was Carassa.
Yeah. Just after they sold you, they became the captain of the SS Birmingham.
Well, ain't that queer?
And that, I think, is an interesting time to go to break, because it's been like more than an hour and a half. Sorry, we started a little late, folks. Actually, it's been about an hour and a half. Hey, we will be back in like 15 minutes. And see how our players resolve all this.
Take us out, voice of God.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? How's it doing? Thanks for being patient with us during break. Yeah, we're back. So, last thing that just happened is Captain Dre dropped some knowledge on us about Karasa. And Dre, you'd be familiar with the Karasas as like a family-owned, I guess again, it's not a great word for it, plantation lightning harvesting facility that you grew up in. And I think because you've been following them, like just you are at least aware of them generally, you would know that the Birmingham is the ship that the family owns and that it is captained by their eldest son, Jerica.
Well, that's a. I think Dre's gonna just sheath his knife, let go of the guy who didn't scream, push himself off of the lap of the second guy. Just look at them all. Just you've all been a great help, gentlemen. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. All right.
Yeah, they're like a little taken aback. It's like that really was the end of it. Okay. They're like, I guess we'll tell our boss you stayed in the bar all night. So they say as you, I assume, just leave.
I don't care. They're not important enough for me to worry about.
Yeah. They're just calling after you as you leave. I guess we'll just tell them you stayed at the bar. Oh, no.
Well, tell him I fucked his wife while you're at it. I don't really care. Whatever.
But yeah, you have like a little more time in the space before we jump over. If there's anything else you want to do, or if you're just gonna like finish your drink.
I think he takes his drink back to the bar and like stops. Maybe has a bit more of it there. Thinks and just is like, I should get back to my ship. And then starts wistfully making his way back towards the Lady Rachel.
Yep,
Right,
I think it's
nothing
as
is
you're
going on.
getting. Yeah, nothing's going on over there. I think it's you get up the steps is as far as you get, or it's like to the steps, and you hear maybe because you're thinking about your ship, or maybe just because it was a little louder than you would have thought, but you hear from outside the distant sound of like wood shattering, and it's like kind of loud, and it's definitely the kind of sound that anyone who works on a ship, especially an airship, is like kind of terrified of. Like that's not a good sound on a ship, let alone one that's like super high in the air.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So
what
the thing we left.
What poor sap's ship is that? Is what you're thinking, right?
It's like, someone's ship's fucked. Yikes.
Couldn't be mine. Nothing going on over there.
Not over there with my blissful crew,
sorry.
right? With the 5 of you who were in the middle of some shit, the last thing that happened is that one of the 4 on the ground finally managed to get their hands like free, take a deep breath, and put their hands onto the ground. Reese, you would not even have to look. You could just like feel the vibrations of the ship that you live on and work and realize this is a guy that has a similar magic to you. He's fucking with the structure of objects. Okay. Is how he just blew a hole in the bottom of the floor. And they have now landed right in the middle of your workshop. In fact, one of them bumps their shit all over your organ and like bends a few pipes.
Oh,
not the
that's
organ.
Not going to end well for anybody. I'm still standing behind this one guy, right?
Yeah. You're on the steps behind one guy, and number of actions.
Well, how far away from the like edge of the ship that would be basically like if I were to drop somebody into the ether, they would like.
The steps are on the outer edge of the ship. This is going up to like the command deck, and so it's steps on either side going up.
Like I literally could grab this guy from behind and just drop him off into the aether.
Yeah, I mean that would probably be a brawl if you just want to punch him off, or you could do a magic thing if you want to try and just like have the steps huck him. Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist magic. You can do whatever the hell you want with that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like grab the like railing and just kind of like channel into the railing to just like have the railing like basically like thrust him off the side into oblivion.
Yeah, okay. You're already channeling, so that's just one action if you just want to do that and nothing else.
Yeah, that's all I want to do.
All right, just roll your magic skill and then tell me how that looks.
All right, so
I believe that you should be able to use willpower with that, but you can also probably use like Dex if it's more of a fast motion, I guess.
I'm gonna do willpower, and then I'm going to spend 3 MP. 11, 12, 14, 17.
Yeah, this man failed so hard. As soon as you said 12, I'm like, oh, yep, he's done. So yeah, you do this, and I just imagine the railing like lifts up in a circle, goes on the other side of him, and then rubber bands him off.
Yeah, exactly it.
But you, I think, notice that as he's flying and he turns around, he's actually smiling, and he channels, and you see him just fly away. He can't really go up, but you see him start gliding, and I think you realize he was trying to jump off the ship. You guys just interrupted him before he could do that. But he's not going to make it back. You can tell from what he's doing, he can channel wind. He can't fly. He's just cushioning his fall. You see him starting to direct towards the ships that are way below you on the actual like Aether Ocean.
Fair enough. That just means his other 3 compatriots are more than dead here. So.
But yeah. Anyways, I think you would all notice that also these guys are out of view, so like you can probably be a little less worried about people being like, oh, he killed all these people. You just be able to breach and be like, they're fine. No one's gonna care. So, other number of actions that want to do one? No? All right. 2 actions.
Just to check, I'm close to the giant hole in the floor, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So it would just be 2 actions to charge a marble and drop it.
You don't have to use an action to drop something. You just drop it.
Yeah, so it'd be
like,
one
not complicated.
Right, yeah. So then, yeah, I'm going to do 2 actions.
No, you can draw and charge. You could already do that.
Right, yeah. Okay. So what are they doing besides just, being in the organ room?
They're standing up currently. They're standing up currently.
Gotcha.
I'm going to say they're doing 2 actions, but none of them have good enough stats to go before you.
In that case, I'm going to draw a marble, charge it, and drop it with the goal being to just freeze them all.
Okay.
So yeah, let's see. Oh, what do I add to this? Because I'm not throwing the marble.
Magic.
I'm just dropping
magic
it.
Skill.
Okay.
Yeah, magic skill.
Cool. That's an 18.
Interesting. All right, so there's 4 people down there. You drop this down, it's gonna just like cover them in ice. Is the idea? So they can't move.
Yep.
As you do this, the one that like bumped their shit all over the organ, definitely gets frozen, as well as the guy next to him. But the 2 that are like farthest from them, more in the center of the room, they managed to break free of this. But that was 1 action, so you have a second one if you want.
That's only one. Oh.
It doesn't take an action to drop something. It's just you just let go.
Fuck.
That's no amount of time, and you can draw and charge at once. So
in that case, I'm gonna draw and drop another marble, with the goal being to shatter the 2 people I've now encased in ice.
Okay. Same magic.
Yep. That is a 16.
Okay, well that's a full success, so there's not going to be collateral. I think you aim this pretty well, like magic space wise. That's the thing I was worried about this whole time. All these actions, like this is the engine room.
I've been very concerned for my ship, unlike everybody else here, I guess.
I could see Fail being like the whole time. Also,
there's a reason I didn't choose fire.
It's fair. So yeah, those guys just like shatter. Like, there's not a thing that they can roll to save that. You effectively did this. They can't move. Neither of them are channeling. There's nothing they got. They can't avoid this injury. And I'm going to say, because of the setup, this is like basically double damage in that their skin cracks as this ice shatters away and there's bits flying off, and they are not looking great. They're not technically dead, but they're like injured enough that they aren't doing shit at this moment. I'm going to say this is a hair away from a mortal injury. Like, this is not... You go and kick these men and they'd be dead now.
Right, that's it.
So yeah, there's two that are still moving. Anyone else want to do 2 actions? Quinn, you are also right next to the hole, just so you know.
I just think like Quinn's probably gonna try and do 3 things, so.
Yeah, okay. So the 2 guys that have moved, let me see. Neither of them that I think Max will be interested. Neither of the 2 that you see moving, because you didn't see 2 corpses suddenly, or 2 people suddenly get turned into icicles and then shattered. But you do see 2 guys move. One of them just leaps out of the hole and is now running for the front of the ship, just because nobody is in that direction.
Question.
So that, yeah.
Does Quinn's pre-prepared action to douse people in alcohol still go off?
You were doing other stuff between
Fair
then,
enough.
so no.
Fair enough.
But this guy is just running for the front. The other one, the only 2 people that see this, I guess, are Quinn and Oliver, but he goes for your engine, and you see him start channeling, and he's going to try and hit it real hard with his fist as you see his hand start heating up. So we're going to see how well that does.
Oh.
And actually, just to make this contested, because I think this is interesting, Reese, you built this thing, right? This is sort of
Yes.
like the energy converter. I want you to roll your mechanics skill to contest this, as in, like, how sturdy did you build this shit?
All right.
I think that's fun and flavorful.
Let me look at this here. Knowledge. Knowledge or awareness. All right. That's 14.
I'm gonna say you can spend points to beat this man, but you have to spend like all 3 points because it's real close.
Yeah, I'll put all 3 points into that.
Yeah, mental points probably for mechanics, but I'll say ability points if you want to.
I'll put the mental points in.
Yeah. So this guy's fist heats up and just like full body swing at it. All of you feel the ship shudder a bit because he's hit like the engine that keeps this thing in the air. And when he pulls his fist away, the 2 of you can see there's this hot dent in the side of the metal casing for this thing that like protects the energy converter that takes from power to flight. And it's cracked. It doesn't look good, but he didn't put his hand through it. And he's obviously going to rear up for a second blow, but he can't do that right now. So, who's doing 3 actions? Yeah. It's not going to matter the order. Enemies have already gone, so.
I mean,
oh, go ahead.
Someone else go.
Reese, you've already done a thing. Reese, you've already flung a guy off.
Yeah. So the one person who ran off is running off towards the front of the ship. Is that near where like Suits is?
Everyone's in the back towards the helm.
I'm not on the ship still. I'm on the dock.
Right.
Yeah, both Arden and Maxwell are on the dock. That was the insight, was you being like, yeah, it's very reasonable to stop him at the dock. I don't think you guys rolled a high enough insight to be like, they had a plan for this and probably have other methods of escaping that are less obvious. Like, just jumping off the side of the ship.
Got it. So I guess one question is, can I roll some kind of like awareness check to see if if Quinn can figure out like, hey, how have people been reacting to this?
I'm just gonna let you do that for free. Just some insight, I'd say.
Okay. Apparently, I rolled really crap, but let's see what I got. That is
really bad, I think.
that's 13.
13 is a comedic success. People are interested. You think that they're wary. There's people watching, but I mean, the only actual violence that's happened is a marble got thrown at somebody that they've seen. Nobody saw what happened down in that hole. They just saw a dude drop 2 marbles in. Probably some not great sounds, but you're not sure what they're gonna do about this. There might be people asking questions later, and you could get in trouble for like breaking the armistice. But at this point, no one really wants to stop you because then they'd have to fight all of you, and it doesn't seem worth it yet. It's also on your ship, so it's become this like a lot of people are very questioning. Like, is this against the rules? Guys are on their ship. It's as far as we know, just crewmates. It's people are very unsure, very much observer's bias, where they don't know what they're doing about this yet. It could go either way if you wanted to.
Fair enough. Then I think what Quinn is going to do is he's going to try and chase down the one who's running towards the front.
Yeah.
And like with bottle in hand, like take a crack at and try to just knock this person out.
Yeah, right. He's actively running, so either you're gonna roll to hit him, and he's gonna get a bonus to not getting hit, or you can roll to keep up with him and see if you can chase him down. Your choice.
Yeah. I think Quinn's gonna roll to try and chase him down.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, roll me something like athletics. Probably there's a big hole between you and him.
All
So
right.
you have to run around.
You take a dexterity athletics.
Sure.
What did I get? That is 11 plus 4 is a 15. I'll spend 3 to make that an 18.
You can. You don't have to for this. He didn't roll very high.
Okay, you know what? Fair enough.
And a combative roll, it doesn't matter if you get a comedic success; it's still a success. Yeah, you're like not exactly like a scene out of a movie. You like have to stumble a bit, but you definitely catch up to him. And now you're within range, and you're about to swing at this man. So go for it.
I guess I'll swing at him with I guess use
I would say brawl probably, unless you want to justify to me that this is a cooking implement that you can use as a weapon because of your ability.
I mean, like it's a wine bottle. I think honestly, what Quinn is trying to do is trying to make it. I think what is going to actually like pop the cork and like try to like grip it and like make it look like he's trying to, because Quinn's already stumbling chasing this guy, right? So he's trying to sell like the whole drunken like, yeah, we're having a party here.
Yeah, okay. I don't think anyone's really gonna buy that in the crowd because you do move with alarming speed suddenly. But yeah, if you actually want to grab him, yeah, I can say it can be your like sort of bodyguard thing.
I mean, I'm not sure, but like I just rolled like a frickin' I rolled a 16 flat, so well yeah, sure, why not? That's
So you go to like wrap him with this, and this guy, you get the sense almost as soon as you grab him, it's like this is someone who can enhance his own physical like strength with magic. It's how he just jumped out of the hole in one go. However, you're pretty good at this, and I guess you pretty much like grab him with this wine bottle as it's like kind of pouring onto him, and you just pull him back so he's like he has no center of gravity, and it doesn't matter how strong he is, he just sort of flops. You basically like tackle clothesline him backwards. So you have him down on that. Hey Foxy, what's good? We didn't see you, man. I'm trying to eat your microphone. Anyways,
sorry, I have ADHD. Okay, I'm very sorry.
Anyways, other 3 actions. I guess that's pretty much Arden, Maxwell, and we're gonna say at the end of this, Foxy, if you're not running to see whose ship got fucked up, you'll be at the top of the stairs and can see, oh, it's my ship.
I'll go there. What? Just because I have a question before I do anything.
Yeah.
The guy that jumped off, you said he was like falling in style, essentially. So like, does it look like he has a location he's going towards? Ships that are lower than us? Is that basically what it sounds like?
Yeah, that's generally it. I feel like you could roll insight if you want something in particular, but they're all just kind of down there.
The more in particular, well, maybe I do want that, but the more in particular I was wondering is like, it's not somewhere on the general flotilla we're on currently.
Oh no, he is already down past that point. You think that's maybe why he's going for the back of it? As part of like the insight that you didn't get. He was going to the back of the ship so he could jump off of it onto part of this flotilla, but now he's been hucked off the side forcibly.
Yeah, but the other guy looks like he is going to jump on the flotilla spot.
Yeah, he just ran the direction that people weren't, and definitely you saw him jump like really, really high. Like he easily could clear this to the next ship on the dock, no problem. Let alone the rest of the flotilla.
I haven't been doing like a lot actually, so I'd like to take the move as an observer. I'd like to be an unnoticed observer.
Okay.
That lets me kind of hide in plain sight as long as no one's looking for me.
Okay.
And then for the other two moves, is I'd like to start moving in the direction this guy's moving and try and anticipate him. And I don't know if I need like a notice or an awareness roll to figure out where he's going with that. That would have been like the third. Otherwise, I'd like double move if that's an option.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the general direction he's going is towards the fore of the boat. I can't remember the boat words now.
Tail him.
Opposite of aft. Yeah. Right now, you're not going to need to roll anything to follow him, so you can just sort of double move, which you're probably going to need because this man can clear a whole like zone on a jump. You think?
Because he's jumping. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all I'll do because I'm not trying to stick out or anything.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you sort of just like meld into the background, and it's this like new light technique you've been working on where you just kind of look like a dude. Like you're sort of overly generic as you just project light around you.
This isn't even magic because I don't.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This is
so you're
like,
just like
I just like grabbed a hat and like put it on, and I'm gone. Meanwhile, Arden was like standing right next to me, definitely saw me, and now like, wait, he's gone. I do the Batman
it's like
he moved, crowd.
Yeah, he like moved behind you, and if you have a sense to like look, he's gone already. You're like, what? Where did he? Yeah, no one's contesting you right now because no one's really paying that much attention to you. So, anyways, yeah, you're gone. You're already going to head him off in case he gets out of Quinn's sort of grapple attempt. Arden, what do?
That's a great question. I'm not really sure what to do.
If you want suggestions, I can hand them to you. But
because I don't think there's
loud clang from inside the ship that doesn't sound good.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm probably going towards that, if anything.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a movement to sort of like get up to the lip of this or get down into the hole if you would like, but you can choose between those. And then what would you like to do? You see a guy with a red hot fist and a big old dent in the side of the thing that keeps your ship from falling out of the sky.
Yeah, that's not great. So I don't even think I really have to. Do I have to vibe check to like do like the next
you can
move
tell
again?
That he is angry and panicked. If you would like, you vibe checked him once. I'm gonna buy it. You get a sense that this man is
like just in case
usually
there's a
very
building
calm.
factor to this. Yeah, no. I don't like that he's doing that. Can I possibly use my emonomancy? What's the actual move called? Is it just emonomancy? I don't think it is.
I think it's evoke
enhanced
emotions.
emotion. There it is. Enhanced emotion. Can I make it so he sees too much red, I guess, and like can't see like where he's going? Is like too reckless and misses the engine. Like
a literal blind rage.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Make him
I like that.
Blind. Make it so he can't hit the engine.
Yeah. I'm down. Definitely roll me like Emotionmancy plus probably will, but you can tell me if you want something else from
Okay.
that. By subtlety in this
No,
one,
no,
because you're
that's
trying to do a
great.
very specific, subtle thing.
Okay, cool. Okay. So let me get my 3d6 first. Ooh, okay. So that's already a 10 base. Plus my Motomancy, which is 2, plus my willpower is another 2, so 14.
Okay. You are very lucky. This man has no like mental defenses because he only rolled 2 dice and he rolled a 2d6. He rolled 2 6s on a 2d6, so he almost beat you just on that. He's still under the effect of your panic, which is why he's rolling less die, just to be clear. That's just sort of a me thing. I want to give you advantages for that because that was fun.
Yeah.
This very panicked man, who's also not very angry that things are going south quickly, Arden, you can feel the waves of anger off this man, and you just sort of pull them to the surface. And what was the total that you got again?
14.
14. Ooh, I do like that. I was hoping you'd get a mixed success. So this man definitely is going to keep swinging. You'll see what he swings at next round, and I believe that's everybody. So yeah, Dre, you just got to death. Unless you really think you would run to see whose ship got fucked up.
Nah, he wouldn't immediately assume it's a ship.
You get out of the steps, you look around, and you can see your ship shudder a little bit as this guy just punched to the top, like the engine, in a way that you, someone very familiar with your ship, is like, that's not great.
I'm gonna shoot one
Top
of
of
them.
the round. Anyone doing one action? Anyone just doing one thing?
How many actions to get to my fucking ship? Would be a good question.
It's gonna be like 2.
Well, I'm taking at least 2.
All right. If no one's taken one, we're gonna see the effects of what Arden did to this guy, as he's in a blind rage, just starts swinging at anything mechanical, and he punches the organ full force with a red hot fist.
Not the organ.
I'm sorry. It's bad with the engine, though. It's bad with the engine.
It's not
Either
the
can't
engines.
go anywhere.
Well, no. So I think what he does is he doesn't even hit the pipes where like all of your exhaust goes through and your forward propulsion. He hits the keys, like the keyboard. You just watch blast into like 100 little pieces. The pipes are fine, and
There goes the entire plot arc right there.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
there's a horrid wheeze as all the keys go off at any sort of pitch. It sounds like someone murdered an organ. Like that's usually a metaphor for something, but no, that's the thing that just happened. And that was like his whole turn. Who's taken 2 actions?
I'll take 2.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to the last time, except not quite. I'm gonna charge a marble, drop it in, and try to freeze him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
So that's a what am I adding again? That's a 13. I will add 3 of my points to make that a 16.
Is this like a wave of cold? Does the ice like shoot out? I'd like a little flavor on that.
Well, considering I'm
It just, like,
standing
appears on
basically
him?
right above him, I'm just gonna like just
Mhm.
drop a marble on his head with the sole purpose of just like.
Well, yeah. What does the magic coming from the marble? Is it just ice just appears because you're just making everything colder? Is there ice growing out of the marble?
Yeah, it's essentially like the marble. Anything that comes in contact with the marble just gets colder and colder and just starts getting cased in ice.
Oh, so this is going to be contact, not like an area of effect. Then
No, in
either
this
you
case, it's
do
just
need
contact.
to aim it at him. Oh, then you either do need to aim it at him, not just drop it, or I'm going to roll d6s and see where this thing lands.
Ooh. You know what? I'm just you roll. You roll the d6s.
Oh no. Uh, hmm. I'm going to say you just drop it you're being very lackadaisical about a man blasting the ship open, but you drop it and it actually like bounces next to him and makes a bunch of ice and then bounces around. I think it ends up actually pretty close to the engine, which ice isn't going to do much for this thing, honestly. The guy slips and falls because this is very comedic success. He doesn't freeze though, as it's just the ice left over.
Perfect.
That was
In that
one action
case.
though, so you got
Yep.
another one.
I'm gonna charge a different marble, and this time just try to crush him with gravity. Instead of it being like straight down, it's just gonna be a straight into the marble sort of
Okay.
gravitational pull. Oh boy.
Uh-oh. Lucian, this is looking very interesting to do inside my ship.
That's a 20.
Oh, that's a good number, though.
I
We like good numbers.
Yeah, this man only got to roll. I guess technically he'd only roll like 2 dice because he's both panicked and he's on the ground now. Yeah, so there's no way he makes it to there. I'm not even rolling for that. Yeah, the marble lands just right in the center of his chest, bounces up, and starts pushing him towards it. He's not like getting crushed to death. He's still getting hurt very badly as he is now like basically hugging this marble on unwillingly because he can't pull himself away from it. He's like wrapped it up in a tight little fetal position ball with the marble at the center at this point. And because you rolled well, you size this so that it's not pulling too much of the ship. There's like bits of rubble of a ship that are like attached to his back and sides because they're also being pulled in, but that's about it.
All right.
Other 2 actions? Yeah.
I don't know. Is anything on fire yet?
No, actually. Again, the ship's like sort of lift conversion unit is not looking great. There's a little crack. You can see light coming out of it. But like that's kind of normal. It has a panel on one side so that you can tell that it's on at all times. Because that would just be a good thing to have. So it's not. It doesn't look shaky. The ship has kind of stopped shuddering too much. At least more than normal. So yeah, things are mostly all right. There's just a dude who is in the fetal position and someone being grappled by Quinn. You've also already done your 2 actions, I think. No, that was last time, right? Yeah, that was. Anyways.
I mean, if there's no objections, can Quinn just knock this person out?
No objections here.
Absolutely none.
Like, yeah,
0.
there's not. Yeah,
So-
I
so-
don't think there's
so
anything
few
else Arden
objections.
wants to do.
I would object
What
to
did
the opposite.
he do? No, go for it.
Yeah, so yeah, Quinn's gonna try and knock this person out. I don't know.
Get him.
Like, yeah, there's.
Although actually, if you want to like sleeper hold him, I'm gonna say that's one of your martial arts skills. But that's just gonna be like we're moving past injury and just trying to subdue this guy, and that's just gonna be a few action struggle.
Okay. I think
You're gonna need to succeed 3 times, but you can do 2 of those actions now, or you can wait for 3 actions to do them all in one turn.
I guess I'll wait for the 3 actions.
He's gonna try and escape your hold though as part of his 2 actions. So I'm gonna need you as you feel his legs just push downward. He gets them under him, and he's gonna try and just launch you into the air. You're gonna have to do some kind of, I don't know, grip or martial arts. I'm gonna let you do dex because there's no way you're out strengthening this man. This is all about throwing him off balance before he can push. You're also muted, just so you know.
Got it. First one, I rolled a flat 13 plus my dex, and I guess my tactical defense is +5. That is an 18.
Wow. Yeah, the most you can get is 17 after adding points. So you feel him get his feet under him, and you feel him try and push, and you just sort of like shift him the direction he wants to go too far. So now he's too far forward under your arm as his feet just whoop out behind him. He has the 2 actions. Now he's not going to get to do everything he wants, but he's going to try that again.
Okay.
Yeah. Same thing.
We'll just.
Yep.
I will figure out what that is next. That is a 5 plus a 6 and a 4. That's a 15 plus another 5 is a 20.
You 100% beat him. The same thing again, and you just flip him to the side this time. It's just every time this man tries to, he's trying so hard. Every time he tries to get it like your arms to just pull them away, you just like let that arm go and flip it over. You're just very much like, no, I'm better at this than you. Stop that. This is not a martial artist. This is a mage who can get shrunk. And you're like, this ain't doing nothing. So yeah, any other 2 actions? Or are we on to 3? Seems like we're on to 3. So yeah, Fox, Quinn, and Maxwell.
I got 3
They've all
for
done
you,
their
boss.
things. Yeah? 2 to run over there?
2 to get on my goddamn ship would be fantastic. That'd be 1.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
2. And once I'm on my ship, is there anyone of these people who are attacking my ship who are not a part of my crew that are in range of any of my weaponry?
You can peer into this hole and see 2 guys basically covered in ice that are like groaning and not looking great.
Ooh,
And then one
I'm-
guy like in a fetal position trying to get up. You can see him struggling. Stuff's collecting
Ooh.
to him. His fist is red hot.
Can I get down in that hole without a movement?
I'm gonna say yes, but you'll have to roll me because then you're basically just sprinting to this thing.
Not
Some
a
kind of
fucking
acrobatics
problem.
thing.
I will roll acrobatics for you right now, boss, if you'll give me just
I
a
guess you
moment.
technically could do Alicia's dance because that's a.
Oh, hell yeah, you're right. I can do that,
Well,
actually.
actually, no, that is an acrobatics
No.
thing. But yeah,
Mhm. So I've got a. Sorry. That is a 10 on the die plus a. Acrobatics is a 3, dexterity is a 2. So that's a 15 grand total. And I will spend 2,
you can just
2
spend
ability
1 point.
Yeah, 1.
1
point to
point
make
is all
it
you
a
need.
succeed.
Yeah. So yeah, full success. You just elegantly. I think it's because you just don't even go to the gangplank. You just run directly towards this thing. You just like dodge around one person in your way, over a countertop, under like some guys carrying stuff, and then just leap from the side of the dock to your ship, no gangplank, and are just there. And you just sort of slide into this hole because the very first thing as you're moving is like, that's not a thing that should be there.
Cool.
And down on top of this, and there's like one guy still struggling to get up, I think is probably the biggest threat,
right.
obviously.
So I got an action left. I'd
Yep.
like to take the guy who's not struggling yet because I got plans for him. But the one who's just kind of groaning, I'm just gonna shoot him if that's cool with everybody present here. Just gonna shoot him in the head because, so yeah, just like a ball.
He's not moving, so it's not a roll to hit him. But if
Cool.
you want to like make it so you're like, maybe I don't want to be too loud, I'll let you roll some kind of awareness or something to like.
Right now.
That's fair. You can just do
There
it
are
then.
people on my ship.
Plus, the ship may
fair.
or may not be falling apart.
Yeah, I'm a little angry right now. So yeah,
That's
just
fair.
a ball of red hair and malice makes its way into the hole in the ship, turns to the one guy groaning, just a pistol extends from Dre's figure, just pulls the trigger and blows his skull out on the side of the wall.
Yeah. There's
Looks
actually 2 guys frozen like that groaning, just so you know.
Yeah, that's fine. Just the one for now. Looks up at like at the rest of the people who at the rest of the crew. Just there are people on my ship.
Yes.
Y'all can respond.
Yes, there are.
Why are there people on my ship who shouldn't be on here?
I don't know, because they came on here. They attacked.
Follow-up question then.
They attacked the first mate, and yeah. Would you rather I ran off the ship while they fucked around, or would you rather I tried to stop them?
I would have rather someone let me know, Reese. Thank you.
Hey, if
as
I
much
was in a
conversation
position,
as you can get in action. We'll continue that conversation through other rounds. So other people doing 3. Got Maxwell and Arden are the last, I think.
So the guy that was going to run off has now basically been subdued by Quinn.
Well, not yet, actually. I think Quinn has to roll me. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll like 3 times. See if I can.
Quinn is very handily dealing with this guy, it seems like. He's not going nowhere.
I don't know. Are there any that we're like keeping alive, or like I don't
isn't
know what's
killing that
the
guy.
vibe here?
I mean, you can ask your teammates what the vibe they're giving off, but Or you can try
Okay.
and check your friends to be like, are they gonna kill it? But
Like,
I think you can
hey
pretty handily
friends,
be like,
what's the
Quinn's not
game
killing that
plan
guy.
here?
You
What are
could
we
Like if Quinn
doing?
wanted to kill that guy, Quinn could have done it. Quinn has
could-
knives on them.
You could
He's
vibe
got
check
knives. He
Reese
would've-
if you really wanted to.
I'll save you the trouble. I'm very unhappy.
Murder
Okay,
unhappy
well,
or interrogate unhappy?
Murder unhappy.
all right. Well, Arden personally, doesn't want to personally kill them. Like, they're fine if like other people do, but they personally don't want to do it. So I guess like if anything, oh my god, like no, like Arden would honestly like if anything, try their best to like apprehend one of these people. I guess like I
Mm.
don't know.
You and I guess Maxwell, as the two people watching, can. It's not going to be a move. Just roll me some insight or maybe some awareness. I mean,
Okay.
some awareness skill, and I'll give you some flavor on that. I'll say insight or notice if you would like to do either of those.
They're both the same. That's gotta be a 13 for me, dog.
That's not
Okay.
great. That's an 11.
Mm.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's
This is not. This is just a general thing. If you notice, yeah, you're not sure which of these guys would be best to like keep alive or subdue. And yeah, for Arden, you're very much like, oh yeah, Captain Dre is probably gonna shoot these guys if someone doesn't stop him, and that's up to you.
Imagine stopping
Maxwell,
me.
I think you have. Yeah, Maxwell, I think that you do have the insight of like Quinn's probably got this guy. You maybe need to decide based on how much this guy is struggling in a second, but probably fine. And you said yours was a 11? Nope, higher 14. Maxwell's roll.
Mine was a 12. I was considering spending. Wait, was it a 12? No,
You
it was a
can
13.
only
It was a 13.
so you could spend 3 points and have a full success.
And
Yeah, if you'd like.
I think I will, because I got
Yeah, these are professionals. They have a lookout somewhere. Not all of them are on the ship.
Okay. Should I go for my thing or?
Real quick, let's just have Quinn
Yeah.
roll that shit. Just roll me 3 times your martial arts. Tell me the number on
Okay.
each of them.
11 plus 5 is a 16. And then a 10 plus a 5 is a 15.
Damn.
And then a 12 plus 5 is 17.
8, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, this man panicked, tossed around, never once given really a shot to do his thing. You just sleeper hold him, and in just like a few seconds, he stops moving. He's not dead because you are just knocking him out, but yeah, he's not doing anything at this point. You have very successfully subdued this man, and yeah. So then, last, what's Maxwell and Arden doing about all this? Maxwell's the only one who knows they definitely have a lookout.
Oh, great. I don't
Let's Maxwell
know.
do his thing real quick.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah. I would like to see if I can find the lookout, if that's at all possible.
Yeah.
Notice
You are
roll
also
again?
on notice. Like you've already done that, so it's really good. Yeah, it's a kind of notice. I think you could use insight as like, where would I be if I were the lookout?
Could I use? Well, it does. Again, they're all 3, so it doesn't make sense. Like, would spycraft make sense of having known where?
Mm-hmm.
Because I would
will
probably know how to
allow
lock
it.
out, but it does.
I
It's
will allow
they're all
it,
the
but-
same number, so it doesn't
Yeah.
make
Well,
any difference.
I'm just saying, if you want to use spycraft, you're going to be looking for a spy. There's a chance that you like overguess this man.
Gotcha. I'll just go with like the insight or notice, I guess.
Mhm.
We'll say insight. Hey, a first good roll for once. 13 flat and then plus 4, 17.
Yeah, you look around, and there's someone who's not dressed in like the same all blacks. They're good enough for that, but definitely he's not looking in an interested way. He is looking in a scared way. He is like not at the edge of the crowd. He's like sort of a little farther away, actually towards like where the jumpy guy was going.
Okay,
Like
so
maybe
actually,
that's
the way I
supposed
was
to be the
already
exit point.
moving as well.
Yeah.
Then.
Mhm.
In that
He
case,
didn't roll great.
for my other two, my other two
I don't think I
actions,
said them.
I think I will actually trying to keep the unnoticed observer going. I want to kind of, I want to tail this guy. I want to see where he's going, and so I'm just going to try and stay unnoticed in the crowd and follow him.
Yeah, that'll be like a spycraft type thing. Some sort of
so I was gonna say I probably should have. I wasn't sure if it made sense or not, but I was also gonna maybe channel and then use the light step.
100% you can, yeah.
Okay. So I'll start with that, and then I'll, if you want me to make the roll, I can.
Yeah, whatever role is with that ability to just like be another dude, I guess. I'm trying to think what it is.
So the unnoticed observer just lets me spend a credit, and then I basically, if I ever, I can use subtle spycraft if I want to if someone like questions me, essentially. But if they're from the group I'm trying to prevent from. So.
I was thinking of deceptive glow, so like you can just spend way more points on not being noticed.
Yeah, that's what I was going for with the other one. So yeah. And that's another really good roll of what's that? 13 again flat, and then I think for this I get +6, so I think that's
if you want to spend 6 points, you just gotta keep track of that.
Oh no, I mean like I have a flat +6 from my roll. And then I can spend up to +6. So it's
you can
19.
win at this.
It's 19. So.
You can see this guy watching, and you don't even have to like spend points on this. Just as soon as you're channeling, you are just invisible. Not only do you have like a slightly different sort of outfit from stuff you've gathered, but you've just changed your whole appearance. You're just around. You just like keep your eyes on the ship and him in the corner of your eye of like, oh, what's this cool thing happening? And you can be like right on top of him. It took all 3 actions, but you're just like, you are next to this man. You could reach out and touch him. Yeah. I think that there's just a few things to clean up. Everything is basically there. So I'm going to take us out of time to play. You guys have 2 people just writhing on the ground. Oliver, you can like turn off most of your marbles, but you have like the one on the guy because he's going to have to try and escape that, and he's just not doing well. So the scene is now yours.
Let's try this again. And he's gonna like just like, slowly sheath his pistol and look around at the rest of them. There are people on my ship.
Yep.
This is the part where someone explains this, or I start shooting more people. That's usually how this works. So
on the ground, and he was like kind of stirring at this point. Your first mate sort of blinks himself away. He's like, and the very first thing he does is, sorry, Captain. They got, they blindsided me. Oh, sorry, Cap.
really, someone with some competence. And he's the least conscious person here. I wonder how he managed that.
He's like, he just looks at us like, well, I mean, sir, they like blindsided me. If there weren't other people on the ship that could handle this, it probably would have gone poorly. And then he like gets up and he looks at like the hole in the ship and the engine. It's like, well, more poorly.
More poorly.
I guess.
I agree.
He kind of like, if you're going to command him to do something, he will, because he's the first mate. He actually just like starts scrambling down into the hole and is like looking at the flight converter and just, Reese, we really need you to make sure this is fine.
Oh yeah, just without looking around at anybody else, just Reese, engine. And then he'll look at the hole and then look at Oliver first. Monday. Look at Quinn next. Tuesday. Arden. Wednesday, and then Maxwell Thursday. And we'll alternate Fridays until this hole gets fucking fixed. Enjoy your manual label, kids.
Yeah. Although Maxwell isn't there. Maxwell's just
That's
like
fair.
gone.
That's fair.
Do I
Yeah,
need,
yeah, yeah.
do I need to do I need to point out that I can fix this in probably less than a week?
Nope. I'm making them do it.
Quinn
Fair
is
enough.
Quinn at this point has like lifted the unconscious person that they've like sleepered
Oh, yeah.
into, and is like, interrogation, Captain.
Brig,
I'll have you know, I'm the only reason we still have a ship, Captain.
stop talking.
There's two people still down in the engine room, right? The guy who was like
Yeah, one
super
is
enraged.
actively bleeding out right now, and the other dude is like, I think stopped struggling. He stopped being enraged and confused, and he's just like still tightly packed around this ball.
So he's the one who punched my fucking organ, isn't he?
Yeah.
The guy that wrapped around the marble is, yeah.
Captain,
Mhm.
permission to break his kneecaps.
I ain't stopping you.
All right, so I'm just straight up gonna pick up my bat and just smash them into both of this guy's kneecaps.
Cool.
Yeah. There's a painful grunt from somewhere in the side of this marble of a person.
Wait, who's the one who punched the organ?
That was him.
That one.
That was the guy we just kneecapped.
Yeah,
Red
I'll
Hot
just-
and the wounded one. Where's the wounded person?
the one I shot in the head?
There's one who is dead. Oh no, there was two iced up guys.
Yeah, so one of them is wounded, right? And Quinn, well,
Well, he's actively bleeding out. Like Quinn's gonna need to save this man if he wants to save him.
yeah, no, Quinn's just gonna be like, Captain, do you want this guy mended
We've already
up?
got one, right?
Because otherwise, like, Quinn is after Reese has kneecapped the other poor sod, Quinn is going to like punch that guy in the balls, because it's like scaring Vio is a big no-no.
Well, yeah, no. So we already just as Quinn asked, Ray looks over. We already have one, right?
Oliver's gonna hop down in the hole and say, "Yeah, we do." And I'm gonna deactivate the gravity marble, and as he falls to the floor, pull out a different one, and put it in the guy's hand, and you just see him just start like writhing in pain because I'm essentially paralyzing him, and it's just flowing electricity through him constantly.
Cool.
Yeah. You guys are really mean to this one dude, and there's a guy bleeding out, just like.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you
well,
punched
then,
him? Or is that the
well,
dude you
then-
punched in the nuts, Quinn? I wasn't sure.
I mean,
We-
I'll just-
Icy one.
sorry, go ahead.
We picked up like metal and stuff from the ship that we raided before we got here, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some of it to be able to fully fix this engine.
Take what you need. It's not a problem. Whatever we don't need, whatever we can't use for repairs, we can just sell off for surplus. We should carry light from here on out anyway. As for you, looking down on the one writhing, and Dre will pick him up just enough to not get any blood on his clothes. Again, I like this outfit. And I'm going to move him to where the hole in my ship is and just, there are enough vermin on my ship. And I'll let him go.
There's not a hole like through the ship though. It's
Oh, well, then I'll go off. I'll walk him off to the edge then. Point is, I want
Yeah.
him off my ship.
and this is the one who was tied up in a ball or the iced up one.
Iced up one, right? Because Ball Guy was the one
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
That you just
Yeah.
like beat the shit out of. Well, you
Yeah,
said
ball
writhing,
guys-
and I'm like,
yeah.
Ice
Ball
is
Guy's
not
writhing and
writhing.
paralyzed
He's
agony.
unconscious and bloodied. He's like dying.
Well, no. I thought guy he was in a marble is now writhing in paralyzed agony,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
Yeah, is that the one you're tossing off?
no, other guy.
No, the other one.
Oh, okay, yeah. Other dude doesn't respond because he's unconscious and bleeding out. You
Oh,
can just
I don't care.
toss him over. Yeah.
His response means very little to me.
Mm.
So yeah,
It takes some climbing, but you just.
Oh, dust off my outfit.
Uh,
just clean this
While
fucking
this
mess.
conversation is happening, I do want to know, Maxwell, there's a dude who's watching, and action stops, and he starts turning away. And what you gonna do about that?
Follow him.
Interesting. All right, yeah.
All right.
He leaves, and he's going like just to the other end of the ship that you guys are like attached to, of this sort of floating bar. And he doesn't notice you. We're just using like the fact that there's really no way he could detect you. And then at one point he stops because he did actually roll pretty good on perception, even if it's not technically possible. And like while he looks around, you're good enough that he can't like tell where you are. You're just like in the crowd nearby. But then you see him breathe in, and now you're probably a little more worried. And what I would like you to do, because I'm just going to give it to you, that's such a recognizable gesture in this world that you are going to have to roll me another sort of stay hidden check, as you know he's looking for you now.
Oh, even better. 21 without spending anything, and I'm gonna spend
Damn.
some stuff.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
I'll spend 3.
because this guy rolled pretty high. He did not get 21 though. As you see him look around and his eyes have lit up, just a little. Like if you weren't looking for it, you might not have noticed. And he's looking around as he passes by you. Uh, you, I'm gonna say with that roll, you both understand that your magic is light based, and also that like some people can see Aether being activated, and you just sort of gently move yourself over to a stall of people who are like selling magical items, like things that people have imbued with Aether so that you can channel through them. It's a common technique in case your magic is more, say, damaging to you. A lot of like fire breathers and wind mages and stuff use focuses so they don't accidentally blow their lungs out. And so you just stand there, and there's people like channeling a bunch over there, and so you channeling means nothing to this man as his gaze passes right over you, and he continues. You probably like change your appearance a little bit so that he no way he can possibly notice you again, and you keep going because 24 is a really good roll. Like, whew.
If there's one good thing I'm good at, it's being
I'm gonna say the benefit of this, you get to save that roll for the next unnoticed because that's over 18. Like, that's just a real good roll. Anyways, you follow him, and there's a like ship that doesn't have a name on it, which is not that weird because it's so small. It's a little more than a dinghy with like a room built on it that this guy goes to, and he heads inside.
Okay. Does it look like there was anyone already on the ship?
No, you can roll me some
Notice
or something if you want to ask me questions about that. But really quick, back on the Lady Rachel. You guys have now just one, or no, you have two hostages. You have the one that Quinn has knocked unconscious, and the guy who has been just beat to hell. There's a crowd around who's like looking at you, and I think that you would know that they're going to probably get the owner of the sort of bar ship to talk to you because they're unsure as to whether this counts as breaking the rules or not. But that hasn't happened yet. The Cloudy Ale is the name of the ship that you're attached to, by the way.
Well, this has certainly been an eventful evening.
Want to spin this, boss?
Spin this. I was thinking we just don't tell anyone what happened here at all.
Quinn
I like
just
that.
raises a brow.
And here I was thinking that I had the more interesting part of the evening. Just cannot leave you folks alone, can I? Well, thankfully you all have me here to be the center of reason and focus of this ensemble group of ours.
Holds out a bottle.
Thank you, and I'll just take it. Hard swig, and then pass it back to Quinn.
Hey, boss, am I okay to make modifications to this engine?
Whatever makes you happy, Reese. I've learned not to argue with you about these kind of things. Just please don't make my ship any less beautiful than she already is. I like her curves, you know?
Well, I think using the current exhaust setup we have, I can make her faster. It's just going to take me some time with the materials that we've got.
Listen, darling, you know I like my ships like my women. Curvy, beautiful, and easy traveling.
All right, I'll get to work on that then.
Reese, you would know you have like 30-ish hours from this point, 36 maybe, before like people start flying towards the continent.
Okay. Yeah.
But you can still do some stuff in time that, and we'll deal with that roll later.
Sounds good.
So,
Okay. Well, Brett. Sorry if I'm interrupting.
Okay.
Little shopping trip with Vio got interrupted.
Mm.
We're planning on let's say redecorating.
Okay. I can see the merit in that at least. Glad one of you had your heads on straight. I actually leads right back into what I was gonna talk about. We're spotted.
I mean,
You got anything,
and I
Dan?
gesture towards the guy. I kind of figured.
Oh, these fuck ups? I don't even know who these people are.
So considering Mutz's face is here.
Ozturk?
Ajax.
Or fucking Captain Chipwork.
Ajax.
Right, that guy.
Captain Cleaning Supplies.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, yeah, speaking of him, I don't know necessarily exactly why he's after me. He was friendly tonight.
Cleaning supplies.
Which was-
I just got that. So.
Yeah, good job. Great. Glad to have you on board, Tate.
I mean, Captain, didn't you sleep with his wife?
Okay, maybe once. At least that's the rumor that's going around. Whether that happened or not, I'm gonna let him speculate. The important thing is... No, it's not him I'm worried about. I've got an older enemy on my head. Well... I don't know why... Actually, just... looking around... Hey, where's the ship nerd? He might be helpful right now. Whatever, not important.
Last I saw him, he was heading towards the shops.
Whatever, hope he's safe. Any case, any of y'all heard of the Birmingham?
Is Quinn heard of the Birmingham?
Probably.
Just for the
Mostly
uninitiated.
just through, probably mostly through trade, but also like the Birmingham before the
Well,
Carrasas
hold on.
bought it.
Yeah, I guess I should say like, Quinn, how long were you on the I guess the previous Sunset Dream or whatever, Sunset Paradise, whatever it's called, before
Sunrise,
how long have you
yeah.
been on? Yeah,
I like the idea that Dre has already forgotten the name of the previous
Doesn't
name of the ship. It's like, no,
doesn't-
it's the Lady
doesn't-
Rachel, whatever the hell.
doesn't fucking matter. It's not
I
important
don't
enough.
imagine Quinn and Vio have actually been on the ship that long.
Okay, well then
So-
yeah, then you'd probably be less familiar with it.
You've been running
because,
for
yeah,
probably like a year and change.
yeah,
So
so probably like less familiar with it, but I guess Dre can elaborate. For the uninitiated, it's an old by an old plantation family, the Carrasas. They're a filthy rich and brutal lot. And the ship's it's a plantation ship, which means it trades in goods and crops and, well, people. Let's say I have some old history with it.
and yeah, I think Quinn, you'd be also familiar with the Birmingham's reputation as a ship because it did work for the International Island Trading, the Inter-Island Trading Company, which the family you worked for used to be part of that, and it's not like the most infamous ship they have, but it's close. It's definitely the ship you don't want to see rocking up to your small island.
Well then. Good.
I mean, yeah.
All right, Captain, if you've got this, I'll take these guys down to, and Quinn is like got the currently probably still
Talk to dude.
writhing dude.
I like the idea that his hand can't open because of the electrical current. It's only going to last for like a few more seconds, but that gives you a chance to get them sort of in this room, like in some the brig. I'd say the very limited brig you
Actually, belay that, Quinn. Throw him in the captain's quarters. I need the basement to myself. Or I need the lower deck to myself.
You take them in there, and Ozturk has been sitting there in the library the whole time, completely unaware.
Of course.
He has a pile of books that he's bought, and he got back before any of this happened.
I love him.
Hey, Prof.
And you drop two people, and he's like, "But what? Have we been? Huh?
We had some intruders.
Ah, well, very good then." And he's
That's
gonna
not
sort of like,
good, Prof.
well, very good that they're obviously not a problem anymore, I guess. Was that
I'm
the
going
loud
to-
noise I heard just now?
Your
Gravity heavy on the ship got a hole in it. What do we know?
as
Yeah.
far as Quinn knows, it's definitely Marbles' fault.
Yeah. Well, I like that as sort of a scene break, and so I want to do two things. At one point, you have these guys tied up, and whoever wants to be interrogating them, I think that there's a moment of them like almost direct to you guys saying, "Hey, we tried to find you, and we're still looking for the Royal Sunrise, the previous name, because that's the name of the ship that Ozturk originally was looking for. He had to find this out." I think it's the only thing you get out of them, just to sort of speed through that. They were contracted by someone that they're not like. They don't know their name. It was through a third party. They were going to go collect their money on basically the equivalent of this of the Cloudy Ale, but like on the ground level, you could say, like on the ocean level. And they're a small gang of basically professional saboteurs. That was the bit. And then I want to sort of reach to Maxwell. So you have this other ship in front of you, and I'm just going to say, yeah, there was nobody else in there, you're pretty sure, unless someone's ambushing this guy because there was no lights on. He had to unlock the door to this little room and all of that.
Okay. Does it look like he's doing anything? Is he getting the ship ready to move, or is he just staying in there?
Oh, yeah. He goes in there and he's like, put some stuff away, and you have a minute to get in there, but he's definitely in a hurry.
Okay. Is there any distinguishing marks on the ship at all, or is it completely it's probably completely untraceable or unnoticeable, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously been used a lot. This is like one room that even as you like see in the window as he turns like a candle on, I guess like a little gas lamp that he has. There's like just 6 bunks in there, and that's about it. Like this is not much, and it looks like someone's lived in it. Like this is not a nice ship. This is something that you think that these guys use. They didn't borrow it. This is theirs. He's like digging through some cabinets. He's collecting stuff. He might just leave this and go.
Gotcha. I think at that, if he's in there and like looking for stuff, is what it looks like. I'll probably like might try and slip in unnoticed behind him and see if I can get in the room with him.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, you can keep that roll again, that previous one. And he's just gonna try and still beat that. There's very little chance. Yeah, yeah. So you can easily get on the ship and you just like gently step on. I think you even try and pick a position that you can imitate like the light coming from it, so you're not blocking it, like he doesn't notice you're blocking it, as you just stealthily step in behind him. And then what you gonna do about that?
Yeah, I'm just gonna, if I can, like I imagine like he's pulling stuff out from like a desk or something like that, and I'm just gonna be in the corner, all James Bond like, and be like, going somewhere.
Yeah, this guy stops, turns around, and just blood beats his face. Do you still look like a normal guy, or do you like change your appearance in
At this
some
point,
way?
I completely drop the light thing. Is it like I drop it ahead of time before I even announce myself?
Yeah.
So I literally just look
Yeah.
like a normal person, and it's like doubly extra weird because it's like you had to use magic, but you're not using magic. Wait, how?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, his like eyes are still up. He's still like just in case something happens. But because your magic's very internal and it's not like big and dramatic, he doesn't notice as you sit down and stop. and he turns around and he freezes. And he's like, "What are you doing here?" "Yeah, it's my ship. I can leave if I want." "Who are you?"
That's none of your concern.
He reaches for his belt with a knife. He's like, "The fuck, it's not."
It's not. Trust me. We can end this agreeably, or we can end it another way.
It rolls some kind of like
Sure.
persuasion thing.
Yeah.
Negotiate, deceive, I guess.
I could do deceive. Oh man, my rolls have been very good lately. Another 13 plus 6 is 19.
Yeah, he's not beating that. So yeah, no, he rolled like a 3, a 1, and a 5. This man is frazzled apparently. He goes like, "Yeah, okay, but you're still on my ship."
You were on a job tonight.
Gives you a look and doesn't say anything.
You have contracting paperwork here?
It's like, "Why would I tell you about that? If you know I was on a job, you know that this is the kind of job that people don't like to know about."
It's also the type of job you make sure that you have backup in case you get caught in a situation like this.
"Look, we were just supposed to meet our guy and get paid tomorrow.
Where?
The Polecat." And you just kind of recognize that. Yeah, that's a name of another ship in the
Anything I got.
IITC. Much smaller, faster. It's definitely it's a ship they use for protecting other ships in like a thing or chasing down pirates.
How are you
Again,
gonna
these are not military. This is a trading company.
How are you going to recognize them?
Well, we're mostly just going to the ship, asking for the first mate. He's going to pay us, which is not the person who contacted us, and we've been assured is not the person who he doesn't know anything more about the job than we do. It's how we like it.
All right. Here's what you're going to tell them. Or what was the actually? Yeah, probably I should ask this. What were you hired to do? Full sabotage?
Cripple mostly.
Cripple.
If we could knock it out of the sky, but just prevent this from going any further was the word they used. He just sort of look. I don't know if you're with the people that we've been trying to deal with or not, but y'all have some scary crewmates if that's the case.
Something like that.
Like, look, and I'm not going back to them. We didn't finish the job. I don't want them to know we didn't finish the job. I'm leaving.
I want them to know you finished the job.
He like stops. It's like, "I'll make you a deal." And he's been digging stuff out of a chest. There's not really a desk there. They're like not really record keepers, these saboteurs. But he does. There's another chest there that is locked, but you see him very quickly just like put the dagger in between it and pop it open. And he digs around, and it is a letter. It looks like it's like, "Look, this is what was sent to us to take the job." And then he has a bag of various coinage. "This is what they paid us for half up front. I'm going to take the bag of money. You take the letter, and you can take anything else in here because I've already taken my stuff. And you can go do that." They don't know what our whole crew looks like. All they need is this, and he holds the letter out.
That'll do. And should maybe watch your back a little bit closer next time. Slip out.
He just gives you a look as you leave, and I think the last scene that we sort of leave on is in the morning, as you guys have dealt with various things. Construction starting on the whole. However, we're gonna deal with that and all of you notice, but none of you really has significance except for Maxwell, that a little dinghy on the other side of the ship has apparently lit on fire in the middle of the night. Didn't really get anywhere else. Just like some little dinghy with like one house on, with like one little room on it. Burnt to a crisp. Seems like everything's gone. Unsure why.
Curious.
And we leave you with the dawn of the day before the wandering continent arrives. Well, oh boy, that's been a session. Yeah. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely a thing to deal with.
Wow.
Why do I keep just ending all of my sessions like this past couple weeks with just I feel like I've done it so many times.
I just want to know why there are people on my ship.
Listen,
I
it's hard
wish
to
I
say.
could tell you because I didn't know either.
I don't know.
All I know is that they're here
Maxwell
and they're
knows.
causing problems.
We've established there are people who want our ship, and then there are people who are looking for probably me, and I don't like either of those things. So
Paint
if
code.
y'all could put less holes in the ship in the future, I'd,
Ooh,
Clarify once again, I didn't make any of those holes.
I believe that, and that's fine. I'm just saying in the future,
But does Dre believe that?
probably not.
We'll get to the actual interrogation scene of those two later, I'm sure, but we'll see about that. I rolled to see which of those people actually died. Like, who is it that you have left? We'll play with that. We'll play with that.
I mean,
Anyways,
we have killed them both, but okay.
Yeah, I assumed that. I played with you as a player before.
Yeah,
I know how this works.
they put a
Yeah.
hole in my ship.
We all
And
know
back
how
then,
this
you still
ends.
have to like live in a city with laws, let alone on a pirate ship where it's like, oh, we don't care. You throw bodies over it. Anyways, hi Twitch. Thank you for joining us on the Violet Sea, the actual play stream of my custom system. That I'm working out the kinks. I think it's going all right though. There's some flow that I could adjust. We'll see. Maybe there needs to be an addition to of try. We'll see. Anyways, yeah. I'd like my players to introduce themselves, who they've been playing, where we can find them. We're gonna start. Want to start on the other side, reverse order? Start with Purple if he's down with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm Purple Phil. I played Maxwell, Maxwell Tuttle today. I had good fun being a historian. Yep, boat historian, definitely nothing else. Don't
That's
worry
definitely the
about
thing. That's the thing
Um,
he is.
But yeah, other than that, I don't really have too much going on. I'll just plug my big old shtick. Iron GM. The second episode is coming out in what, 2 weeks now on a Monday on the 28th. So it's a ways away, but it's getting close. I'm really excited for it.
Coming up
Yeah, the
on a
whole
Monday.
the whole pitch is it's if you haven't heard about it, it's two GMs are fighting to make one shots in front of a live audience, and they don't know what their one shots are going to be about. And me and a panel of small judges get to judge how well they do and give them the inspiration they need to make it. And it all happens in an hour, and then we review about it, talk about it, and judge it. And the winner goes on in a tournament. So it's a lot of fun. I'm really excited for it, and yeah, that's all I got. Other than that, I'll be here in 2 weeks right before that to remind everyone. But yeah, thanks. With that,
Perfect.
I will hand it on to Lucian above me.
Hi, I'm Lucian. I played Dr. Oliver Evans, our marble slinging material scientist. You can find me,
Man of chaos.
yeah, you can find me here in 2 weeks on another episode of Violet Sea, or on my own stream where I do mostly rhythm games right now. It's been a good time, and I'll hand it over to Sir Heck.
hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckler. Today I played Arden Clark, who got to use a motivancy for the first time. It is, oh Jesus, okay. I'm like right here, so I don't really know like what's happening. Like it's literally right next to me. I really don't know what's going on. It might be like, I wonder if it's a Discord compression. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, you can find me on all of the social medias at Sir Heck a lot. and that includes Twitch and Twitter and Instagram and our lovely Discord server that you should definitely join. In terms of the TTRPG space, you can find me obviously here every other Sunday. For what you just saw, we have a Valentine's one-shot coming up tomorrow that I will also be in that you should check out. And then for every Wednesday for the rest of this month, you can find me on Lost Caravan RPG playing some Locusts, and oh my god, it's so fun, you guys. It's a fantastic horror game, and you should definitely check it out. Then over on TPK Roleplay, you can find me every other Tuesday and Thursday playing there, with our module week stuff, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, keep on keeping on. Let's move over to Phil.
Hey everybody, I'm Phil Prime. I play Reese, the slightly amnesiac, very angry, no longer human alchemist, who just had his prized pipe organ destroyed by very careless people. Dr. Oliver Evans should probably sleep with one eye open for quite some time.
Listen, none of that was my fault. I don't know why everybody's blaming it all on me. Nothing was my fault.
You can catch me on socials as @FelPrime, and you can catch me around TPK doing various things. And we will pass it on up to the next person.
Guess that's me. Yeah, I'm Michelle. I played Quinn, our bodyguard slash chef slash medic. Don't find me on social media. I don't social media. Sorry. The next time you can find me is going to be here tomorrow with Heck and our and Kit and also Tate. For our, Valentine's one shot. You can also find me shush, you're not technically on stream, Spree.
We'll also have Spree, a ghost of a man that never appears on anything ever, so
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, you can also find me here Tuesday for for our A Blades Will campaign. If you were not sick of pirates already, then I will be GMing our rotating Naruto one shot
we just
campaign.
have 3 solid days of pirates and ninjas, don't we? Wow.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it's
All you
like
ever need.
the third one's basically pirates versus ninjas.
But who
Perfect
wins?
Valentine's Day with pirates and ninjas.
We said both. We said pirates. We said pirates, ninjas, and then what if both?
Hey.
And dating. That'd be great.
Then I guess I'll pass it up to Foxy.
That's me. Hey, folks, it's Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as your favorite fox, Philly's finest. You can find me over on the Twitter sphere at Big Foxy. It's BIG_FOXXII. Don't go right wingers. I slay fascists. I have a good time doing it. It's pretty cool. The next thing you'll see me in, as already hinted at by two folks here, is I got a little Valentine's Day one shot coming up tomorrow. Believe it or not. So tomorrow you'll catch 4 lovely people, 3 of which are on your screen, and 1 of which is behind the scenes here. As I run them through a little bit of our Bladesville campaign setting shenanigans, but with a heavenly little Valentine's Day romantic twist, is as only I can do. So be prepared for that, and then after that, I'll be around for a bit, running around doing some nonsense. But the next new thing you'll probably see me in is on Friday. I'm over on Weave the Tale for a one shot of Blue Rose. I'm in week 4, which is be super awesome. And then 3 days after that, I'm over on TPK Roleplay for Emerald Expeditions because I'm in that one on the 21st. So a lot of real nonsense happening going on. So it's gonna be great. Just stick tuned. Stay tuned for hanging around here. A lot of cool stuff happening. But I'll let Tate talk about that because that's all I got right now. So folks, just take care of yourselves. And I'll see you around. All right. Mwah.
Yeah, my name's Tate Washburn. I have been the Lorist here, so I'm playing everyone that's not them. I came up with all the game rules and the setting and all that. It's been real fun. You can find me at kinda_writing on Twitter. I talk about writing and tabletop and sarcasm and politics, and mostly it's memes. How it be. You can find me on our Discord here because the Discord for the Neon Lights is where we announce all our stuff. We pull people for one shots if you wanted to be in a one shot. run a one shot. Maybe talk to us and we onboard you as like one of the part-time players. Could be fun. You should definitely follow this channel's Twitter at Neon Lights Our Play. It's where we announce all the cool stuff and probably have much better jokes because we have our man Dan and also we have Sir Heck writing it. So it's better than mine. Just 100%. It's a better Twitter. That's just how it is. And yeah. You can find me here in 2 weeks. You can find me on our Against the Light game on Saturday. I will be here tomorrow for the Valentine's Day one shot. It'll be great. And yeah, we've been the Violet Sea. We've been Neon Lights. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
A goodbye.
Hey.